Good afternoon, welcome. Yes, I do actually like streaming in the afternoon better. Why? Because people tend to show up on time. Thank you, Kimamaki, for showing up on time. Yeah, I don't like the late streams. I know I get off work late. I get home. It's like 11 o'clock. I'm already dead tired. I don't do a really great job at a lot of these types of discussions, as you can say. But today I'm well rested. I had some coffee. As a matter of fact, I'm having some more coffee. I had coffee this morning and it was still warm, so I like that. I'm having some nice hazelnut coffee with some creamer. And just going to enjoy having a little discussion about some things that are going on, some effery and high segmentation fault. Oh, yes, another notification. Who triggered me today? You know, it's funny that, when people use that word triggered, it's like, when people lie about you and you respond, that's not being triggered. That's just, hey, you're saying some messed up stuff. And the real reality is, I didn't talk about this stuff for quite some time. It is other people talking about it, and I think it is appropriate to respond in moderation especially when people not just involving me, but involving other people and involving people that really had nothing to do with anything, and yet getting their facts wrong. When you have people that have not been in this community for very long that are trying to say things, oh, there she is. Hello, Veda. Ooh. Whoa, hang on. Let me fix that. Okay, damn, we're loud in my ears, but they couldn't hear you. That was good. Okay, so take a deep breath. Hello, Veda.
Hey, can you hear me fine?
I can hear you wonderfully now.
Erin said that she's getting blood work, but as soon as she gets home, she might come on.
I am absolutely,
or at least come watch.
I'm fine with that. Absolutely. Let me guys know outside if you can hear Veda. She's pretty loud, but if you want to turn her down, let me know. I think I adjusted the audios pretty well. But anyways, Veda, so I was saying that I like streaming in the daytime because more people show up on time. And that when people start talking about me and getting things incorrect, there is an overwhelming push right now to have a historical revisionism going on. You've noticed it. I've noticed it. People that don't even like me have noticed it. That's the funniest thing. I got people that just do not like me. I know it's shocking. I'm sorry. There are some people who don't like me. I get it. But even they're saying to nonsense, you're getting your facts wrong. You were not here during the events that you're talking about. You're getting them second, third, tertiary, fourth, fifth, sixth, quaternary, repeated like the telephone game. And she's just getting basic facts wrong. I mean, it's not even like getting the fine tuning wrong. She's getting the basic facts of what happened wrong. And so I was told in this particular video that she did today, she was talking about us, but in such a way where it wasn't us. I don't know. I'm confused.
She seems to do that, and what it seems like is she knows the truth about what happened in the past, but she decided to watch it and see what narrative she can spin to put on top of it because she hates us that bad. That's what I see her doing.
It does seem, yeah. Okay, first of all, I don't think for a second whether she cares anything she says is true or not. This is absolutely irrelevant to her. She is putting out misinformation, and she's doing something straight out of Katie's Joy's Plays book. She's like, oh, I'm going to put this out, and you dare not question me about it. I don't want you to speak to me about it. I don't want anybody to bring it up. Okay, that's fine. And matter of fact, here's a page you might remember, Veda. Do you remember way back when Katie Joy was running this narrative that everybody was trying to get a hold of her and talk to her, and I wanted to have conversations with her, and I was like, I want nothing to do with you. This is exactly what Nonsense is doing, because I went on a stream the other day with what's called Crimes and Fashion, who happens to be friends with Nonsense, and she made it clear about that, and I respected that. But when people were asking me, why don't you just message Nonsense? I said, because Nonsense doesn't want to talk to me. I'll respect that. If she asked to talk about me or talk to me, I responded. I said, sure, I'll talk to you. And the next day, she's changed her mind. Okay, she can change her mind. That's completely fine. I have not reached out to her since, except to tag her on videos like anybody else would, let her know that if she would like to address the fact that I'm calling her out for lying, she can, but I have no intention to have a conversation with her. And do you know what was happening in that live chat, Veda? What? People were saying, hey, Steve, why don't you just email Nonsense? And I'm thinking, why would I email somebody who doesn't want to be emailed, especially from somebody who she thinks is some evil, monster? So that would just play into her victim narrative. And I think that's what she's wanting. She wants to play this victim, and I don't want anything to do with her, but she won't get my name out of her mouth. Why?
Exactly. And you're not the only one. Anybody that she makes as a topic, she refuses to talk to and get their side of. She's not objective whatsoever. Like, she doesn't. She says that she's open to other opinions and all of that. She's not. She's absolutely not.
Yeah, that's a lie. She's not open to anything. This is she's running script for somebody or some buddies. And I have my ideas who. I've talked about this with other people. I'm not going to, make them too much public because, it would be supposition. And people are like, oh, you're just throwing names out there. But people know there are some names that are clearly in her live chat that have been whispering in her ear. And again, I think she's just running with it because she wants to. I don't think she cares whether it's factual or not. I think she has an agenda at this point. It's not just merely she's gotten stuff wrong because she just likes people. She is actively, willfully being deceptive to run narrative for somebody. And again, I have my ideas. And I will say, I think Katie Joy somewhere is behind it somewhere. It's just, It's too coincidental. It's there's no possible way she's talking about things that deal directly with Katie Joy that was absolutely Katie Joy's narrative that we all know is BS now. It was proven that she lied. So why would nonsense go on about it?
She seems, that's what I think too. I mean, she calls us all anti-Katers. Well, she's pro-Katie, if anybody doesn't know. And did you see Charlotte's live? Charlotte was even offended because she's accusing all of the anti-KJs of being dangerous people that go after her kids. She weaponizes her kids every time and stands behind them. It drives me insane.
Gee, that sounds like a playbook from Katie Joy.
Yes, they are so much alike. Oh, yeah. It's crazy. I don't know.
We've been calling her UNIBeck, or Aaron calls her UNIBeck. I call her UNIRock 2.0, but really it's Katie. It's Uni Katie Becky Joyston or something. I don't know. It's like she's like a conglomeration of both UNIRock and Katie Joy. If Katie Joy and UNIRock had a bastard love child, it would be Becky.
Absolutely would. Absolutely. And, just like the letter from Jay, like I wanted to ask what you thought about the whole letter situation which I watched her live the other day. But what did you think about, since, he got sued, do you believe it'll, does it hold any merits or anything? Do you think it's going to go anywhere?
Okay, well, obviously I'm not a lawyer, but I have been involved in multiple lawsuits. People realize this, and I've won every lawsuit I've ever actually taken to court. Every time something's been adjudicated or something's been ruled on, whether it's been small claims court, I've always won. Everybody knows this. So I have read the lawsuit. It's not super strong, but the point is, it doesn't really have to be. I think that JLR is doing this to shut Uni down, just like some other lawsuits were for defamation. When you have a defamation suit, most of it is to stop the person from continuing to harm the person, right? It's to stop them from libeling them, slandering them, which, by the way, Katie Joy Paulson, who claimed to be a world-renowned journalist, didn't know the difference between libel and slander. I swear to God, she didn't. And so I think that it's just a case. It's definitely not a slap suit. It's not a nuisance suit. I think there's enough to go to adjudication. It's only asking for $25,000, but this is going to be something that UNIRock has to deal with legally. Now, you remember what happened when he helped Kyle try to legally fight my lawsuit, how well that worked out for them. He basically did a fraud raiser for $6,000 where the lawyer quit. So, and it
absolutely kills me because UNIRock, okay, I heard him say this about Aaron yesterday. She was given the letter, she was given the lawsuit, fully redacted when she got it. JLR redacted it, everything about him on purpose. So now he calls it pimping out his docs to Aaron.
No, it was redacted when she got it. Yeah.
And I looked at the lawsuit, I read half the lawsuit, and then all that happened at the end of my life. But I think he explains pretty much in little terms. I think he needs more evidence than he's got, because he explains what, UNIRock's lives like possibly have done to him, but he's going to have to prove that his views went down. He said that Uni hurt him mentally and physically. He's going to absolutely have to prove that.
But that's fine. See, but the thing is with the court case, right? When you first do the complaint, it only has to pass the sniff test, so to speak. It only has to be something upon merit, which can be adjudicated. Therefore, there won't be what's called a summary dismissal, a summary dismissal. Basically, if it's frivolous, they'll say, "Hey, look, this case has even if everything what somebody somebody alleged was true, it could not win on its own merits." So if I said, hey, Veda called me a poopy head, I'm suing her, and that went to a judge in my complaint, the judge would say, hey, look, even if Veda called me a poopy head, I cannot sue her for that. It's not defamation per se. So that's what they'll look at just to get the foot into the door. Does he have enough to get his foot into the door? Yes. There's no question about that. Will he win on his merits? That's a completely different thing. But at that point, Jason has to go to court to fight it. If he doesn't, he loses on summary judgment.
Well, you got to answer this for me, then.
Default judgment. Yeah, go ahead.
You got to answer this for me. So JLR, I don't know if you know, is in the Guinness World Records for the most litigious.
Yes. I'm
okay.
Yeah.
And people are in my chat saying he's not allowed to sue anybody. that that's fake and that there's no chance that he could sue anybody that he's banned from suing? That's not even possible, is it?
It depends on the courthouse, but the way I understand from what I've been listening to, he was prevented from filing any federal suit or any suit when he was in prison due to vexatious litigation. However, this is a civil case that's in Ohio State Court. It's not in federal court.
Okay, I was wondering. Okay, since he was in jail, nothing. But what about since he's on probation and stuff? Would that still hold if he's on probation?
He still has every right to file as a person who's on probation. It's just when he was in prison that he would have to, if he wanted to file anything, would have to go through special counsel or whatever the person who was assigned to his case. But that, from what I understand, was only why he was incarcerated. But again, there are things against vexatious litigation, but that's again a lot on the federal level. He has no standing in Ohio that I've seen for any other lawsuits. If he had multiple vexatious and litigious lawsuits in Ohio, then yes, the court could probably do something. This is what was happening with Katie Joy. We guys remember Katie Joy filed 3 frivolous TRO in Ohio and in Minnesota, and the courts were aware of this. The courts were aware that she filed 3 TROs alleging the same things basically in all 3 different cases, which is kind of odd. I mean, if one person's doing all this stuff and then you say another person's doing the exact same stuff and the other person's doing the exact same stuff to try to get a TRO, something's a little shady there, to say the least. And so we were looking at vexatious litigation. My lawyers were all up on that, saying that yes, they wanted to get Katie Joy for vexatious litigation because she was filing frivolous TROs. But it didn't get to that point because she dropped all 3 of the TROs because it didn't even get to the HR the hearing. There was just nothing there to even adjudicate, to be honest with you. She had no evidence. You've seen her evidence. It was non-existent.
Well, she files no, there's nothing there. She just files them to get the label to tell her whole audience, and then she just backs out of it. Just so she can have the label of TRO there for, until court is all she wants. Just to be able to say, hey, I got a TRO on this person, knowing that it's not literally active yet. Correct. She knows that.
Yeah, by the way, and I don't think it was actually Guinness. I don't think he actually has like a world record. I think that, people were saying that. I agree. I don't think, Dash X points out, I don't think Guinness actually tracks that. But I am well aware that he has been very well known for filing very vexatious lawsuits, and I think he was convicted for fraud. I know he was convicted for fraud, but I think it was a felony, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's definitely a felon. But what kills me is UNIRock wants to blast, which Justin told me that he was in a Guinness World Record, but I don't know.
I don't think so, but I mean, it doesn't really matter, right? That's irrelevant stuff. We all know he sues a lot. That's fine. But here's the thing: UNIRock, we all know libels and slanders people. This is facts and evidence. So, So I wasn't going to go after him because basically he has nothing. What would I sue him for? I mean, it would cost way more in legal fees than I could ever get out of him. I had that same problem with Kyle, right? We spent tens of thousands of dollars to get, trying to get money. Right. Yeah, I'm trying, and I haven't given up. I'm still working to get money out of him, and I got plenty of time to do it, so I'm not too worried about it. But with UNIRock, what he has literally next to nothing. He begs for furniture.
He's got his mom's basement.
Well, I mean, he lives near his mom. But I mean, I know that Reds wanted to sue him, and other people want to sue him for slander. But it's just like, why? The best thing that we thought of was just let it all ride out. It'll eventually happen where UNIRock will shoot himself in the foot, which he metaphorically did, clearly, because when he started lying about Queen Bee, he was done after that. I mean, most of the diehard even trolls said, look, you've even crossed the line. We cannot even support your troll. Your level of trolling is beyond us.
Yep, I think he didn't expect to get called out or be put on the spot, and he was, and he doesn't know what to do now. He's still doubling down. I was watching his live from 2 days ago, and he's saying that because the cease and desist was mailed to him, number one, that's a dox, and number two, it's harassment and threatening. How is that threatening?
Yeah, well, again, this is the same narrative he ran with Kyle, right? I mean, first of all, sending an email to a letter to somebody is clearly not doxing. Even his own people have told him, dude, that's too dumb a narrative to even try. But he's still doubling, tripling, and quadrupling down on that. Also, you remember that UNIRock had said that Kyle was improperly served, and everything that UNIRock said about the lawsuit, he got wrong. Kyle was properly served. The judge adjudicated on that and said, yes, he was served at his mother's house. I mean, the irony of this is not lost upon me, that UNIRock and his little minions were saying Kyle was not served properly because it was served at his mom's house. And the judge said, that's perfectly fine in this state. You can do this, which my lawyer and myself and Ruhif and Reds and other people were like, yeah, we know. We read the law. The law is very clear. He could be sued by sending something to the last known address, or at least to his mom's house where one of his residencies was. I think that's going to be the same case here, because I think that Uni is going to try to avoid service. I don't think it's been actually served yet, but he thinks he's going to be so much smarter than the legal system, which every time he comments on it, he gets the legalities wrong.
Exactly. I think that he wanted to tell everybody he got a letter. He just didn't want to say. I think it was in revenge. I think that he knows that he got a cease and desist, and to get back at JLR, he just thought he would announce to everybody that a letter was sent to him that had threats in it, so that everybody would start going at JLR, and that backfired on him. I think that's what happened.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't know JLR's that, I know very little about him. The only thing I've ever known about him is the last week or two. So I'm not going to pass judgment on the guy. If he wants to get his life together, I'm all for that, right? If he's done some good stuff, I'm all for that. But either way, it's not in my sphere of influence. I will never have anything to do with the guy, probably. I've never talked to him. The only person that has was Aaron, because Aaron was creative enough, I guess, to say, hey, look, maybe I should reach out to our primary source, which I tell everybody to do. She did. Yes. I didn't tell her to do this, by the way, but this was all her own accord. But she said, you know what? I'm going to go to the primary source, and look what happened. And I don't think UNIRock was expecting that, because UNIRock and Nonsense, the last thing they do is go to a primary source.
Exactly. Nonsense's, feedback on that was, well, Aaron has been pushed and ran by Molly for 8 months, so of course she would be able to obtain the letter.
I heard that. Let me go on record as saying this. I guarantee Molly has nothing to do with Aaron. Aaron has been on her panel once or twice, but this narrative that she's ran by Molly is absolutely, categorically BS. And I've never talked to Molly in my life.
You there, Steve?
Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, it started cutting out. You said the narrative with Molly is, and then it went off.
Yeah, she's never had anything to do with Aaron. Aaron has been on her panel a couple times, but that's it. Aaron and Molly have no relationship with each other, and I've never talked to the woman in my life. I've only talked to her in live chat. Well, she purposely just, if you've talked to anybody one time, that means you're for eternity connected to them. Apparently, yeah. Like I said, Melly.
You got an anti-Molly going and a pro-Katie going after, an anti-Katie. I don't know what anybody that supports Katie the way she does.
It's odd. It's odd when she supports Katie.
What did you think after 6 years, right? Since 2017, nobody has defended Katie besides UNIRock, which he doesn't count. But what did you think when Nonsense came in out of nowhere with a voice changer? Did you think it was Katie Joy?
No. Matter of fact, I think she accused me of that. And I was like, you're getting your facts wrong. When I was on Crimes and Fashion channel the other day, Nonsense was saying that, people, the anti-Katie Joy crowd thought she was Katie. I'm like, yeah, but you're keeping lumping me into that crowd that I'm not a part of. I'm not in the anti-Katie Joy. I can't even say it. Anti-Katie Joy group. I've never been one of those caters. I wanted nothing to do with them because they were just like her. I'm on my own world, okay? I'm just me. I have people that support me because they know that I'm telling the truth, and I have my friends. I have people that I care about. I have people that I respect. I have people that I talk to privately, like you and Aaron and other people. But the cater group, they did some shady stuff, and I wanted nothing to do with that.
And when I think of caters, I think of I think of Charlotte.
Well,
what do you think of?
Shen's Pork Chop. Keon's hit or miss, right? And he's been bad. His head is rising up, quite a bit lately. But it's a lot of Shen's and that whole group, and they're just completely insane. Clarissa, the Worm, or whatever her name was, especially Pork Chop. That something's off with her, man. And I believe very strongly that account is ran by multiple people, and I know she has ties to Keon because she has the Gumby account that Keon had.
Well, I gotta ask you because it's been going around. What do you think about the Nat stuff popping up?
Yeah, well, real quick, let me finish on the because you had. I'll get to that, I promise. But you had asked me about the her being Katie. I never believed that she was Katie. I was the one going around telling people like Tia and other people that, hey, look, this is not Katie Joy. It sounds a lot like her because she's being spoon-fed information from Katie. And I do believe absolutely her and Katie have a connection, 100%. But it was not Katie. It just sounded like her because, of course, who's telling her this stuff? Katie. Right? Exactly.
The only one spinning her narrative was UNIRock. And at that time, it wasn't even UNIRock yet. It was Katie by herself. And then out of nowhere, a random account comes out saying the same stuff as her. You're immediately going to think, this is off.
Correct. Yeah. But the thing that was nonsense when she came around was strictly on the Marvin McRae story. She didn't deviate from that. I mean, everything on her channel literally has been about Marvon McRae and now about Uni. She has no real content other than just throwing out, I hate to say it, but nonsense, hence her name, on other people, which she has no firsthand information of. She wasn't involved in any of this stuff. We were. All of us were involved in this stuff. We were involved for years. We know what happened. But I guarantee it, nonsense never went to any one of us to ask anything about the facts. You did. You did, Veda. I know you did. I know you've been doing it for a very long time to ask people questions. And what happened when you first started asking me about all this stuff when you came around?
I was watching, I know this is going to make you cringe, but I used to like AZ. I was just a viewer, not a YouTuber. I was just viewing, and I would watch all of you. I would watch UNIRock, Katie, everybody. And I was trying to figure out a side that I would end up on if I were to ever become a YouTuber. At this time, I had no intentions of being in. Well, AZ puts these emails up on the screen, and I looked at them immediately, and I thought spoofed. I was like, these are spoofed, and they know it because PJ had went live right before this live, and pretty much was reacting to you and Aaron showing the emails, and she's like, those are spoofed, Steve. Come on, Steve. Well, T-Spiracy and UNIRock both go live at the same time, and they're both running these emails and saying that they're real and that it's you sending threats. So right. I was like, you know what? I'm going to message Steve. He doesn't know me. He might not tell me anything, but I messaged you, and then boom, you sent me a whole book of stuff. I tried to message them, nothing. They wouldn't give me nothing.
I'm sorry, not sorry, because I send a lot of people things. People ask me for stuff, and I go overboard. And I know this. I admit that it's probably a problem because I have so much stuff.
I was happy about it.
I mean, there's been a few people from the Hive asking me, and I've sent them. Oh my God, it's stuff they're never going to get through in this year probably because I just have so much. So I'm like, serious. When people say, "Hey, what do you got? Can I ask you about this, this, and this?" I'll yeah, have it all. It's all public domain now, anyways. But as far as like the nonsense being Katie Joy. No, she wasn't her, but yeah, definitely working with her in some capacity. As far as the new things that have come around, it is the same group of people. You notice the exact same names coming around to Becky's chat now that these fake emails and everything else that's come about. It's the same people. It's the same caters, actually.
Absolutely. And she's never privated a video since she's had a channel. And the one video she privates is her trying to pin you and Aaron with Nat. And it got screen recorded. I have it.
Oh, did she?
And she privates only that video. Why?
Did she now?
Yes.
So nonsense, the one she was trying to put my name with Nat, she privated?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shocking. Oh, say it ain't so. Really?
The only one she's ever privated. Then afterward goes on her community post, and posts the emails that she had just read off that she privated on her community post. It made no sense. I was like, why private the video if you're just going to put the threats up on a community post? It made no sense.
Because I think she's trying to do what UNIRock does, just caters to her very special audience, right? And it just says, okay, the rest of the people don't need it. They're not going to care about this, and most of them are going to know it's BS. So all she has to do is make her idiot followers believe. That's it. All she has to do. She doesn't care about anybody else because why worry about it, right? It's just the people that she has on her channel, subscribing to her channel, her members. That's the only people that she has to throw this out to. They'll buy it hook, line, and sinker. None of them are going to go to the primary source. She tells them, stay away from these people. They're dangerous. And anybody who's ever come to me goes, damn, Steve gave me so much evidence and stuff like that. He said he's actually kind of a nice guy. Don't let that get around. But,
well, you remember when I did my live the other day, giving an offer to Queen Bee to come, and I'll do a whole video showing all the proof about how UNIRock and Nonsense are both fraudulent, not just UNIRock. Yep. Well, after that is when she did this. She was pissed that I did that. She's trying to convince everybody not to come watch.
Yep.
Because she's worried that the people from the Hive might snuff her out.
Yep, 100%. And they have been. And I got to respect them for that. They have literally been questioning things quite a bit with Nonsense. I think that's putting a little heat on Nonsense she doesn't want. So she's telling people, don't have them on your channel. Don't go to them. They're evil people. And yet my standing offer was, if you can show anything that I've done that is evil, unethical, immoral, illegal, anything, come to me. Talk to me. Privately or public. I don't care. I'll do it on stream. It doesn't matter to me. Show me what you got. Nonsense has never once, never, not a single frickin' solitary time has ever produced a shred of evidence that I or anyone that I associate with has done anything wrong. Not once. Not once. Why is that?
Exactly. Because she's too afraid of it. She knows that they have fucked up too long, have ran a narrative for too long, put out too many fake screenshots, put out too much fake stuff, and she's afraid of all of that being exposed. So she doesn't want to look into it too far because she knows it'll expose her.
I agree. And so let me play this video real quick because this was from today, and I
I haven't seen it.
I have only listed parts of it. I can't stand Nonsense's voice. I'd rather just pierce my eardrums with a pencil. It's annoying. But she rambles just like UNIRock. She could do a 6-hour stream and say nothing. It's weird. Ellie in the live chat said it wasn't in the Guinness Book, which I didn't think so. And they also, she also said that they can file a lawsuit if the suit has merit. They actually read something on the Hive, and I'm not sure where it's from, but they look like they actually do their due diligence. So far, I've been impressed. And that's the only thing I've ever asked for. I'm like, look, if you're going to be doing commentary, if you're going to be on YouTube, just get your shit right. And if you don't fix it, that's the only thing I've ever asked of people. I think that's why Katie Joy was so threatened by me, because she knew I was fastidious. She knew I took notes. She knows that I keep records, and that's something that she can't have, because how many times has she dirty deleted her Twitter, her Facebook, her YouTube videos? I've deleted nothing. I have the same Twitter I've had since 2016.
Exactly. That's what I don't get is how do these people fall for this?
Because she just recycle people. What they do is this. Okay, this is the UNIRock playbook. What UNIRock does is called cultivating and culling, I call it. He'll cultivate the people that just don't care or are sociopaths or just haven't figured out what he's like yet, and then cull the old timers that know too much. Look what happened to all his mods. They knew too much. They all left. Moderate extremists said, "Oh no, I've had enough," right? And he was like, "No," and he was never a bad dude. Not moderate extremists, I think, always was a good guy. He's my mod now. Yeah, he's a nice guy. He did like the rest of us. He's like, wait a minute, something's not right with Uni. And what he did the adulting thing. He's like, no, I'm out of here. And then a lot of the mods went with him. So what UNIRock does is he's okay with that. He'll sit there and try to defame them, to slander them, so they don't, kind of like affect his reputation, even though UNIRock has none. But that's exactly what he does. He'll cull the people that know too much or just have decided to go against him for some other troll overlord. That's all. That's it. Culling and cultivating. And so he doesn't really care about this. He moves on to some other community. That's his MO. Simple as that.
Same thing with Nonsense. She's just doing this to get revenge on Aaron for getting the letter. That's it.
Yeah, you notice how much she tried to downplay that too? She's like, oh, whoop, you've got a letter. I'm like, it's more than you got. What'd you do?
I mean, she ain't showed evidence in 8 months. Like you said, her whole channel's Marvon McRae, and she hasn't contacted not one of his family members to ask for any evidence. I did it in a week. How's that possible?
Things that make you go, right? Again, right. I am fine when I speculate. We all can speculate as YouTubers and things of that nature, but we also know when it's a big difference between saying this might be the case, and that's fine. People have a right to their opinion; they can believe what they want. But Nonsense and UNIRock don't do that. They state things as fact.
I hate that. That's the worst thing about watching her voice isn't even the big thing for me. The big thing for me is her pushing out claims, never showing evidence at all, except one of her fraudulent videos from 8 months ago is all she'll show. Yeah, but exactly. But she said it wasn't speculation. She said I had ties to Nat. Really? That's not your belief. You can say, look, I believe Steve and Nat working together in the background. You're entitled to have your belief. I do epistemology. I love philosophy. I know very well that you can have your bullshit beliefs. What can I do about that? But when you state your bullshit belief as a factual claim, no, that's a little bit different, right? If she says, I believe Steve and Nat are working together, go with God. Who cares? You're just an idiot. But if you say, hey, look, Steve was working with Nat, and that's some kind of fact, because she stated, oh, people have told me this, and therefore it's fact, though, no. Then you need some evidence. Well, guess what? That's why that project I told you I was working on, they don't realize, that I was pretty much a ghost debater for the last year, probably, and I was able to find out a lot of things. So she stated as fact that Aaron's behind those threatening emails, and so are you. Okay, well, you're about to get owned on that one. Oh, please, bring it on. Yeah, I would love to see the evidence for that. And you know what's funny is she knows damn well that I have nothing to do with any of that stuff. She knows Aaron has nothing to do with any of those stuffs. And I think she knows probably who is behind them. I mean, again, that's my supposition. That's not a fact. But I will guarantee that the people that are doing this, and I think it is people, I think it's more than just one, but they have been around for a while. They have known things that have happened that somebody coming in the community is not going to know about very much. Not in the detail they know about. I mean, they know. They know about Aaron. Look, they know about Aaron. Aaron, myself, Katie, Uni, and they also know about Dominique, Estella, Nat, and Erica. Why is that?
Those three names, only the old timers are really going to understand the connections between those three.
That's what I'm saying. She doesn't realize that half of her audience are, previous anti-caters.
Correct.
And they're all looking at her like, this is bullshit. I mean, they don't believe that. There's no way. They've been watching this go on for years. They know better.
No, even Pork Skink, who's the biggest Katie hater, she's just nasty. Even she said, this isn't Steve. But then again, she could be lying. She could be like trying to throw it off the track that, she's involved somehow. And I'm not saying Pork Chop is involved. But, even people are going, I mean, Bobby the Robot Cat was even like, nonsense. You've got all your facts wrong. And he even said, look, Aaron and Steve, I'm not their favorite cat, but you haven't even, at least they've been around and they know what's going on. Nonsense has no idea what's going on. And by the way, nothing against Bobby the cat. It just happened like puppy's better. He just doesn't like me, and I have no idea why. But that's okay. He doesn't have to like me. But he was right about nonsense. Absolutely, 100% correct about nonsense. She is new to the party, thinking she knows things that she does not know about.
And all of y'all that don't like Steve, give me a couple weeks and let the truth come out, and then just keep an open mind and be objective to it and just really watch what happens, and then make a new opinion about Steve, because you've been brainwashed to believe all these horrible things about him and all of this. It's not true. None of it's been true. It's all was to serve Katie's purpose and then UNIRock's purpose because he got called out. That's all it was over. You'll see.
For some reason, I thought you were going to be like, yeah, just give me a few weeks and you're going to end up hating him more. I was like,
oh, no.
Like, damn. All right, so let's play this real quick, okay? I hopefully the audio can play inside here because I did put the audio on the tab, so let me know if you can hear this, okay?
Okay.
All right, y'all, hold on.
Can you hear that?
I can hear it.
You can't? Mm-hmm. You can't? Okay.
I can.
Outside.
All right, here we go.
Because I just wasn't ready. It took me longer. Do my hair. My hair was being a mess today. So, anyways, hey, Cash, I see you've been.
I'm gonna fast forward this a little bit here because I know it's at the beginning, but
Uni Shores, your girl Mississippi, by the way. She's like, well, she hasn't been live though. So, Uni Shores, no effing way. You guys in these name changes. What are you doing to me, Patty?
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, okay.
Stephanie,
get to the part where she starts talking about boundaries, and I'm like, oh yeah, I respect boundaries, man. I look, there's people I don't want to talk about ever or talk to me ever again, so I get boundaries, but that doesn't mean you can't. That doesn't mean you can't talk about somebody. It just means
I'm still getting through the old comments.
Stay away from them. I'm happy to stay away from
nonsense. Angel, Flow, Cool Gamer, always happy. Meaning of 8. TLC Bell. I told you so. Rabbit for President 2023. Brenda, let's be honest. Amethyst.
1 second.
Rockabit, Sally, Lane, Jennifer. Life Rewinded. Okay, anyways, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm sitting in the lawn chair. It's not me squeaking. First and foremost, I've got it on subs only mode, subscribers only. I'm done playing games with the stupid trolls.
Oh, see, okay, so Veda, she has stupid trolls. Hey, guess what? We all have stupid trolls, and yes, it's perfectly fine to put it on subscribers mode. It's perfectly fine to get rid of people in the background trying to cause problems. Nothing wrong with that. You agree?
Except hers are not trolls. They're people trying to tell her that she's wrong on something, and then she immediately deems them as a troll. But yeah.
Correct. I think that's what happened as well. It is people that are probably saying, hey, nonsense, you're getting your facts wrong. And those people she'll just say are trolls. Look, people in my audience all the time said, hey, Steve, you get things wrong. Okay, fine. That's not being a troll. I know who the trolls are. There's people that I'll never speak to again until the day I die. But those trolls have been long blocked for years. The people that are coming around now, they don't know what's going on, and they can ask me anything they want. I'm not going to block them for being, questioning if they're an actual person. I mean, these fake accounts that are starting to pop up, yeah, they probably are trolls. But for the most part, people that have an account like 2013 and have all these videos, and they come to my channel and they say, hey, Steve, I heard this, or how do you want to address this? I'm fine with that. But except when they bring up stuff that's over and over and over again on a video that's not talking about that, then I'll just say, go watch this other video, go ask this other person, because at that point they're just trying to distract from what we're talking about.
Well, I want to tell you real quick why she started doing that. Someone came in her chat and she was outing someone's addiction, and they were like, why are you doing that? And a couple lives later, she timed them out. Then a couple lives later, she gets confronted by another creator about it. And she said, I didn't do that. I didn't out anybody's addiction. What are you talking about? She said, send me the proof and I'll correct it. Well, they send her the proof, and she sends back a message and says, don't ever contact me again, and blocks them.
Shocker. Yeah, shocker.
You can hit that button for 20 minutes if you really have something to say. That's it. I'm done with it. There will be no discussion of the extreme antis.
Okay, by the way, 20 minutes. I only have my subscriber thing for like 1 minute right now, guys. So if you want to talk in the live chat, you only have to be subscribed for 1 minute. I can see why sometimes people do it for longer, but right now I don't really care. But she said the extreme anti. So Veda, let me ask you and let me ask my audience, who are these extreme anti she keeps talking about? I want names. I hate when somebody says they. They is so ubiquitous. It could mean anybody. I want individual people that she's referring to that are being put in this group, because she keeps saying that Aaron and I are in that group, but then she just says they. Is she talking about us here? I'm curious.
Yes.
Okay. And I think so too, but see, here's the problem. When she just says they, she could change that narrative later on and say, well, I wasn't talking about Steve and Aaron. Okay, but who were you talking about? See, I think she does that on purpose, just by being so ambiguous.
She's purposely cryptic. She's purposely cryptic.
Any more in my comments, don't mention them, don't bring them up, don't nothing. Please and thank you.
Please and thank you.
If you do, you'll probably be timed out, because I'm just done. I'm done with this.
What has she done? Okay, Aveda, please explain this to me, and I mean this very sincerely. I didn't give a damn about this person from a hill of beans. She was nothing to me. She's basically just somebody who did some pretty crappy commentary. But then she started to, get into the whole Katie Joy stuff, and then she started using my name for clout. And I hate that term, and I know people are going to, come down on me for it, but what else reason would she have but to use my name to get everybody riled up? Because for some freaking reason, my name seems to have power over certain people. It drives them into a sanity. Why else would she do that then?
Well, you can blame me for that one, because the only thing they've had to come after me with is looks, and they know that I'm protective over you and Aaron, so they're going to throw out the names that I'm most protective of, make false claims so that I'll give her content by going back after her.
Oh, that's so it's because of you. Oh, okay. So yeah. Thanks, Veda. I appreciate it, man.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're forgiven. At least, now Kino, my roommate's being protective of you. Damn, she's like, you better leave Veda alone. I'm like, okay.
That's exactly why she's doing it. She knows making claims about Aaron and Steve will make me go after her. She knows it. She's out of content. She wants me to come for her. They've even made up a lie saying I have STDs and I'm a walking STD. That's all they got. All they got is looks. And so now they're trying to use my friends. That's what they're doing.
They do the same thing with AZ, by the way. That seems to be a prevalent thing. I don't know why, but yeah, it's the same. And by the way, I know you used to be associated with AZ, and I went over to AZ's panel once, and I thought she gave me a pretty fair shake, but then immediately afterwards, she started getting with UNIRock and just literally running pages of his playbook. I mean, to the T. She became exactly like him, and it hasn't really worked out for her too well. But yeah, a lot of people use his playbook. He just maybe should market it for trolls, because she did exactly the same things he was. Matter of fact, it's AZ that started to help running the narrative that I ran an atheist sex cult. And then, did you not see? Shut up. She's all snickering. No, I could have an atheist sex cult if I wanted one. It wouldn't be very good.
They thought that was a dig. I would have owned it. I would have been like, yeah, that's true. Dude, actually,
I put it on my Twitter. I put it on my Facebook. I literally have it on my Twitter and Facebook. Atheist sex cult leader alleged. Yeah, I own that. But nonsense. Didn't you hear the other day? She said, Steve's just trying to slide into DMs of young girls to build his atheist sex cult. I'm like, 40-year-olds. Yeah, I guess 40-year-olds young. I mean, that's okay. I mean, that's appropriate age group. But I think, her calling 40-year-olds young, for a sex group or sex cult that I don't have, but I'll own that. Sure. If you want to join my sex cult, just talk to Erin. She does all the paperwork.
I beg her. That's why her audience bothers me more than her. Ask for the proof. Why aren't y'all asking for the proof?
Because they don't care. They literally don't care.
It kills me. She's up here making claims about everybody, and she shows nothing. Literally nothing.
But I'm a little offended by the people that don't think they can have an atheist sex cult, even though I'm not atheist. But I'm a little perturbed by that. It wouldn't be, like I said, a very good. The robes would be nice.
I would own it. I mean, it wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, and I mean, Aaron would be all down for it too. So all you haters out there, just go on hating. But yeah, it's funny that she actually believes it though. Well, does she? I don't know. I mean, this is Becky here. Do you think she really believes it? No, she's just running this script. That's all.
I have never seen a group of people or a said person be told no so many times for months that I do not have any intention of having any conversation, do not want one.
Who is she talking about here?
she knows that y'all are trying to get her to understand the truth, and she's letting you know that she's not open to any conversation with y'all. Even though we're non-factors, she can't keep our name out of her mouth.
Nobody's trying to have a conversation with this woman. Matter of fact, this is what's funny. When I went on Crimes and Fashions channel, Nonsense popped in right after I did. I didn't go back on panel. I didn't want to have a conversation with her. And the live chat's saying, why don't you email her? And I'm like, why? To feed her persecution complex? No.
She's referencing Aaron. Because Aaron's like, dude, I invite you to come up on my panel and show me the proof you have of these claims. And she won't do it. So she's letting Aaron basically know specifically, don't try to contact me over anything I'm about to say about you, pretty much.
And that might be the case. But then she mentioned something about some older dude, about a man or something. And so keep listening. Because it's, again, I don't want to be this, primary character syndrome that think that everything's about me. But since she's been talking about me frequently lately, it's hard not to go, is she talking about me? And if she is, what the hell she's trying to say? I have no intention of talking to this woman.
Another reason, on Queen Bee's panel, I don't know if you realize there's a person named Ellie, but she's been defending you. And so I think she's specifically trying to dog you, so Ellie will change her mind.
Yeah, no, Ellie's been amazing. Ellie came on the channel the other night. She has asked me for stuff. I've sent her probably too much, and I apologize to her for that. It's a lot of stuff, and I mean, it's only a fraction what I have. I have, a lot of documents. I sent her the most prevalent ones, the best ones. And so she probably will take a while to go through there. But she's been asking the right questions. That's
why you're getting targeted. That's another reason why.
That's what I've been asking people to do. Ask the right questions. You'll get the right answer. And that's why
I can say everything Steve's ever given me has answered all my questions for me. So
has anything been out of context? Has everything I've ever given you not been documented to the T where you can see it, hear it, read it for yourself in depth?
Right, real raw copies of everything. Nothing is tampered with. Everything is just from legit. 2017, whatever. He keeps everything. So anything from any date from 2017 on, he's got.
I put it on the Wayback Machine. I even have images on my Imager that people don't even have access to. I got a lot of stuff. My Google Drive is full, basically.
It's crazy.
Elle has been very, very kind. And like I said, I guess she's from the Hive. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Yeah, and I couldn't ask for anything more. This is what's funny. This is why Nonsense doesn't want people to talk to us. I mean, we're so scary. Let me give you evidence. Here, let me give you your Google Doc. Oh my God! It's like, really? That's what you're fearful of? Somebody give you something a Google Doc? Wow.
Exactly. Her only defense is, that's why I say her only defense is to use children or something going after her real life, because she knows she doesn't have to produce the evidence for that, because she'll say it's exploiting her family if she were to do that. That's what she'll do.
Well, okay, let me ask you this before I hit play again. The new letters that are coming out, does this benefit Nonsense at all? Because she's using this as a persecution thing. Oh, it's my kids. Nobody has put her kids in jeopardy. I don't even know where the woman lives. I don't even know what state she's from. I couldn't care less. But do you think that this second or third round of these fake emails and fake messages is somehow connected to Nonsense in a way that she's actually utilizing it to benefit her or knows about it? And again, pure supposition.
Yes.
Okay.
And I did tell you that I was able to link UNIRock straight to the emails from him and Nat the other night. I'll tell you about that later. But I'm going to show this tonight on my live.
Yeah, I've been trying to get a hold of you on that, and unfortunately, you were doing something called Sleep, which I kind of vaguely remember what that's like. But yeah.
I caught him red-handed. He messed up by coming in my comment section under his real account.
Well, that's what I want to check on, because it doesn't sound like him. And you know me, I don't take anything face value. What I like, for example, when Katie Jory once left a message on a video of UNIRock saying, yeah, and I hate to, this is one of the things I hate talking about, but she says something about, there was a tragedy. That's all I need to say about it. There was a tragedy that happened, and then she said, but what about me? And I'm thinking, there's a death, and you're worried about yourself, and I went to the, you can link it, and you can see that it was her real account. It was her real YouTube account, and I videoed that. I put it on a recording thing to show that I not just went on the comment, but I went to the video, her YouTube page, that it was actually from her account, right? Because they're so egregious. Say, yes, somebody died, but what about me? But that's Katie Joy, right? That's what I would need to see from UNIRock. I would need to see a video recording something that links directly to his channel that has not been altered. I'm saying that you obviously can't do that now.
Don't worry. Something came. I don't know if it's fake or what, but a video from Aaron from like a year ago popped up, and he's saying the exact claims that are in the email.
All right. Well, you know what? And I will evaluate it like I do anything else, but I haven't been able to talk to you about it yet. So. And
6 months ago, YouTube issued what's called handles. And that's where he messed up. You get a unique handle. Yes. Everybody's got one. Only one can be given to each creator. That's true. How I got him.
That's true.
That's how I got him.
But handles maybe be able to be spoofed by different letters and different things like that. But you're right. All my stuff. Well, my main channels have alts. Yeah.
You'll see. There's no. I got the best proof there is. There's no way he can alter it, change it, nothing. He's screwed on this one.
All right. Well, like I said, all my alternate accounts like this one and the Non Sequitur Show. Well, the only one I don't is the Great Debate Community. That one doesn't have a handle. But this one does. I'm almost 99% sure this and the Non Sequitur Show does. But you're right. They came out with handles. All right. So let's move on here.
Okay.
Respectfully, I've said that. I've been aggressively about it. I have done everything, and it won't stop.
Wait. You've done everything, but you don't shut up about us? How is that doing it? Help me here. Help me wrap my head around this. How is it that she thinks she could talk about me and Aaron and lie about us so blatantly, and yet we don't have a right to respond? Does she not know how the internet works?
I don't know. She's on her own little island, remember?
Oh, yeah, but that's her self-imposed island, right? She doesn't want anybody else on that island because the people that aren't on the island are looking in going, yeah, you got some facts wrong. And what she does is she just makes the ocean larger around her. She just isolates herself and her idiot followers just like Katie Joy does. Oh, another playbook page, right? I mean, I can't even make this up. She's doing the exact same thing Katie Joy's done. It's just building a echo chamber of idiots who do not ever ask the right questions or go outside of their group to get facts. They don't care.
Well, Katie's one of her followers.
Oh, I thought they had like not a falling out, but
there is a soccer account that Aaron proved is Katie. That's always in her comments every day.
Wow. Okay. Ellie wanted to clarify. She says she goes on Queen Bees, but she's not associated with any group. She's not a creator, just a sub. That's fair enough. And I'm not going to be like them and just lump somebody in. But I've only seen you in the last couple of days on Queen Bees, so I'm going to make that association that you at least follow those people as a sub. May not be a part of that quote group.
That's just the only place I've ever seen the lady was on that panel. Take it up for you. That's it. That's the only reason I associated her with it. Yeah, and as far as the Guinness World Records, I believe you on that. Justin told me that, but I don't even think that I don't even know if they have such record where you could sue or have the most lawsuits. I don't even know if that's a thing.
Yeah, I don't think that they do. And again, it's kind of an irrelevant thing. But yeah, it's so funny is because we're open and honest about who we associate with and who we get along with. I associate with you. I show up with Aaron. Clearly, Red's rhetoric. I mean, I know the guy in real life. Cano. So the people that know, I know. So those people, yes, sure. If you want to associate with me with them, great. But when
our problem is, Steve, is we're overpowered. They have a whole team of frauds. We don't have enough people telling the truth. Is our problem. We got to get a bigger group of people that really want to care and see evidence and stuff. That's our problem.
You're right. No, I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right on that. But here's the thing. I mean, in fact, just recently, I guess I was added to a group I didn't know about. And that's fine. It was one of those DM, Twitter things. I think maybe even you probably started it. Okay, so it was you. And I don't care. This was, again, I thought there's some old group that got revitalized, but because I'm like, I didn't even remember being in here. And that's fine. Those little community groups where you just want to have a conversation about something, ain't no big deal. But as far as like lumping me in with people that I have never had any association with or any contact with, that's bizarre. That's what I've been speaking out about, because everybody knows I have never talked to that person, Nat. And for nonsense to go out and try to associate that psychopath with me, yeah, I'm going to speak out about that. And I want that blasted to everywhere, because she's lying about that. And she knows she's lying about that because nobody's ever showed her any evidence to the contrary. There hasn't been any evidence.
Speaking of, while it's on my mind, hey, Megs, I know you're in the comments. Will you clip the part where she tries to say Steve and Aaron are associated with Nat? Can you get that clip for me for the video that we're doing? Okay, go ahead. I just didn't want to forget that.
Yeah, Misty has that also on Twitter. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I need that for sure.
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it was under Misty's tweet. All right, let's go on.
And any man that won't take no for an answer, and there's no conversation that's needed, that's pointless, like, I don't know why he's even so hell-bent on it. But
see, first of all, any man that'll not take no for an answer, that's Katie Joy's playbook right there. That makes it sound like harassment, right? That makes it sound like harassment. When have I ever said that I'm trying to get in touch with nonsense? This is what I'm saying. People were telling me to email her. I'm like, no, she doesn't want to talk to me.
She did the same thing to me. She invited me to something. I sent her a DM asking her why she invited me to it. It was one sentence. And she told everybody that I'm in her DMs, blowing her up, annoying her. She's lying.
100% lying. Like I said, I didn't go on panel when she was up there with Crimes and Fashion. I still had the stream link. I wasn't interested to. I mean, seriously, this is the straight page from Katie's persecution playbook.
Just like her.
Absolutely, and to use somebody's gender or biological sex against them, as far as like, oh, any man that doesn't take no for an answer, bitch, I have nothing to do with you. I literally have nothing to do with nonsense other than the fact she's been using my name to get views and to say things that just completely everybody, even my haters know are not true. Even the people that hate me have told her, no, you got some facts wrong here. And she doesn't care.
I can tell you, she cannot handle confrontation. So if you're trying to get directly to her, it ain't going to happen. She's too scared.
She's a coward. Nonsense. Yeah. You're a straight up coward. I mean, first of all, I have open panels, but I don't deal with crappy people. And I always said, look, if Nonsense wanted to, sure, I have a conversation with her, and I probably still would, even though she's a crappy person. But that will never happen. She's too much of a wuss. She doesn't go where she's not allowed to just bloviate and say anything she wants about people. Like, no offense to Crimes and Fashion, she's a very nice person, but she allowed Nonsense to say whatever she wanted without response. And I just don't care for that kind of format. You go onto Erin's channel, Erin will have the crappiest people on her channel in the world. She doesn't care.
God.
No offense, Erin, but she hasn't really a truly open panel,
Yeah.
And so,
well, I think that Nonsense knows on that panel because she knows that this person probably knows nothing about this to ask.
What do you mean?
Like to know to ask. Like she could go up on that panel and make all kinds of claims or whatever she wanted, and they wouldn't ask any questions because they probably don't know about any of this.
That's true. Yeah, and of course, Erin is pretty intelligent. She knows what questions to ask. I mean, if you ever remember when Holy Spackle would go on her panel and Erin would just shove her head so far up her, behind, it would be ridiculous. I mean, it just Holy Spackle broke character. I remember listening one time when Erin was just shitting on the Holy Spackle's narrative, and finally the Holy Spackle's like, yeah, I'm just kind of trolling. She just broke character. She gave up because Holy Spackle.
That's how you do it.
Yeah, she's a master troll. Right. But when you have the good Nunya and you have Nonsense, neither one of them are going to dare try to go into a panel with you, me, or Erin. You know that.
Oh, no. And Nunya, actually, I think Nunya would. I talked to her for 3 weeks in a DM arguing with her. That's all we're doing the whole time is arguing.
Would she? I don't know anything about Nunya other than the fact that she just seems to basically sign off on everything.
She does.
The nonsense. Basically, if Nonsense is UNIRock, Nunya is Navy Techs.
Nunya tries to frame me on a weekly basis, and I out her every single week, and it pisses her off. That's why she can't stand me.
Ellie asked, is Holy Spackle Unifam? Okay, so no, Holy Spackle, yes. Maybe now. Holy Spackle came from my community. If you notice when I first have these videos, I have an image called the Great Debate Community. Holy Spackle was my original mod on G+, for the political group that I had. We go way back. She also was in various troll groups. I'm not going to mention those troll groups' names. I have the screenshots of those troll groups. They go way, 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 way back. Some really, really, really despicable people. Holy Spackle is a very miserable person who loves to go and just cause contention. She loves to go and just starts arguments and fights and just run silly narratives. However, I will give her this. I have never seen Holy Spackle fabricate anything. In other words, she's never made a fake screenshot or fake email, so I don't think she's behind any of that stuff. It's not her style. But she is one of the most disgusting people I know as far as will promote lies.
Instigator.
She's an instigator. She's an instigator. That's a perfect way to word. She is the agent provocateur of chaos. And she was ingratiating herself with UNIRock after the whole falling out with Kyle. So take that.
Is Ellie in the comments?
What's that?
Is Ellie in the comments?
Yes. Oh, Misty, I did hear that. Oh, I heard Erin's stream last night. Yes, I listened to Erin. I know. So I was listening to Erin's stream. And Aaron stopped and she said, hey, get that to Steve. Get that to Steve. Steve needs to hear this. And I heard it. And it was, I'm not even kidding, nonsense saying that she was on a debate team in high school. And I'm like, oh, really? Why is it you were on a debate team, but you don't even understand basic fallacies? You don't understand logic. You don't understand reason.
I seriously doubt
Come
that.
on. I was like, really? You're on a debate? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. I'll do it on Modern Day Debate. He's got a $100,000 channel, 100,000 subs thanks to the Non Sequitur Show. Go James. He piggyback off to us. And more power to him, by the way. I'm proud that he did that. Somebody needed to fill that void, and he took up that. And you know what? That there's a vacuum there. He filled it. I have no people are like, oh, you're so jealous of Modern Day Debate. No, I'm not. No, why would I be? I've talked to the guy for years. He did exactly what anybody else would have done that had some, competency to do this stuff. He took what the Non Sequitur Show was doing and ran with it because the Non Sequitur Show wasn't around. Why would I fault him for that? That's perfectly fine. He didn't do anything dishonest. He didn't do it underhandedly. He didn't try to steal my show like Kyle did. I have nothing against Modern Day Debate. So yeah, I would go on Modern Day Debate. Would talk on any one of these frickin' people. She's never debated. That's a silly. But I did hear that.
There's too many red flags going off, and I'm just not entertaining it. So I appreciate you guys keeping it out of here because they can do that shit over there.
Okay. I don't know who they are, but we are doing that over here. We're also doing it on Veda's channel. We're also doing it on Aaron's channel. I think Renelle has some things she probably has said. Yeah. I mean, I don't think people should go over to her chat if she doesn't want them around. I'm not a big fan of that because there's people I don't want around in my live chat. But for her to think that people can't talk about her, no, Becky, that's not how the internets work here. If you're going to put out misinformation about people, do they have every right to contest it?
Did y'all hear what I just said, Steve, or was I talking over audio because it cut out?
You didn't say anything.
Okay, I was saying that this is Ellie in the comments, like the one from the Beehive, the lady from the Beehive. Please go to my channel and just look at all the fraudulent stuff that UNIRock and Nonsense have done, especially in the Marvon story. She's mad because she got exposed for all the fake screenshots, cut and cropped audio, you name it. It's all on my channel. And if you want the raw copies, just DM me. I'll give them to you. I'm begging you. Just please look into that before you make an opinion about Steve or us. Just look at the evidence versus her evidence, which is none. Please.
I do have a direct question for you, though, because I was asked this the other day by somebody named Boston, I think, who was from the Hive, and it's a very fair question. You know as well as I do, I didn't really get involved in the Marvon McRae story. The only reason I really have any interest in it, obviously, because he's a veteran, and it was a pretty horrific story that's happened to him. I think it's very sad. I think it's a tragedy. But I'm very, very much strong into military and the vets. So I mean, there's obviously a camaraderie there, right? A brother in arms. However, I didn't talk about this on my channel. I had no streams dealing with Molly Golightly or Letitia until the very end.
You had no involvement.
Yeah, no involvement to the very end. I'd come on your panel or Aaron's, but other than that, I didn't have any reason to talk about it, and I certainly didn't want to profit or anything off the tragedy or to talk about things I wasn't that familiar with. However, he asked me, Letitia did her fundraiser for a lawyer, talking about an RO that didn't exist, which it is the case. But I remember you and Aaron saying that you had all the receipts from Letitia of all the legal spendings, not just the retainer, but all the breakdown, itemized details of what the money was spent on. Is that true?
Yes, as far as the restraining order was filed for. But
was filed.
She never showed up, just like Katie. She never showed up to court to issue it.
Okay,
so
fair enough.
That was true.
Okay.
And as far as the 8-month fraud scheme that UNIRock and Nonsense created, I've got all the receipts, all of everything. I even have her W-2 from Cash App. They're trying to say she made $80,000. I can show you what she really made.
Okay.
So it's all lies. And if you notice, you're going to notice something, Ellie and Boston. If you happen to watch this later or whichever, you're going to notice. They went on that's where I came into play. They went on for 8 months about how Letitia's a fraud. They absolutely tortured this mother. Adoption shamed her, made her lose her home, caused her to she had to go to the hospital 4 times due to her Bell's palsy over them. And I came in 8 months later because I noticed that they had filed a fake police report on her to try to get her put in jail for fraud. And I come out with all the receipts. You won't ever see another fraud stream after that. They were exposed, and they know they were.
So like in on my legal cases, when they did an itemization, it would have the thing that they did and then the price for it, right? And I have all those. Matter of fact, I was going to send one to Elle too, but Ellie, but I was like, yeah, she doesn't. If she wants that, it's fine. She knows, the money I would spend. But I sent her a bunch of other stuff. But do you have that breakdown to show that the money that she got from her fundraiser did all go to spending legal fees? I mean, that's what I'm asking for. I've never seen it because I never bothered to ask for it.
This is where they played her. The GoFundMe was the only thing specified and labeled as lawyer. It was the only thing labeled for the lawyer. It was the only thing that was solely for the lawyer, not the cash apps, not anything like that. Right. That was for travel, lodging, anything Letitia might need. Right. That's where they took that shit and ran and framed her with it.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That makes a lot more sense because the GoFundMe was strictly for legal fees, but the Cash App and all that's for whatever.
Yes, and the GoFundMe only raised $5,000, which was all spent on the lawyer, and I can prove it.
No, I believe you. Look, mine cost $5,000 retainer. I know how much it cost. So yeah, I believe you. I just personally never vested enough into looking into that because it's just people try to say the other night that I was like heavily involved in that story. I wasn't. I was on your panel and I had an interest in it. But I wasn't doing any of the heavy lifting or the research, or it just wasn't something that I really got myself involved with. And did I ever ask you for any of that? I just didn't really care. And I don't mean that to be sounding like dispassionate or like that. I cared about Marvin. I cared about the fact that he was in a coma and his mother wanted to see him. That was it. That was my only concern. And that
I finally asked for these receipts just to give her some kind of relief and to show that they're making it up and that they lied to frame this woman. That's the whole reason I got the receipts.
All right. Well, let me just do this before we go on. If that guy Boston's out there or does listen from the Hive, all you got to do is contact Veda, and she'll give you whatever you need. There you go. Let's see how simple that is. Go to the sources. You're not a primary source.
Put nonsense is narrative about us being dangerous and all that to the side just till you get the evidence. After that, you can believe that crap. Whatever you want to believe of hers, you can. Just please come and just at least hear us out first. That's all I'm asking.
100%. All right, let's see what else we got here. She goes on and then she just, I guess, talks for like hours on end about UNIRock on an old video. I don't know how old the video is. Maybe somebody could tell me, but it was back when him and Navy techs were getting along. And by the way, it was so funny. I can't stand Navy techs. He signed off on so much dirty stuff that UNIRock did, but he was loyal as hell to UNIRock. And
he was.
And UNIRock just trashes on him for no reason.
Well, they're back together now.
Oh, they're back? They're back together? Oh, that's sweet.
I think they only broke up for him to go onto Queen Bee's panel. Right after that, they were buddy-buddy again. So.
Oh, that's sweet. So how does he justify what he did to Queen Bee?
He pretty much says that he tagged Queen Bee, that his justification is somebody informed Queen Bee on a live, therefore that vindicates him because she was made aware that
okay,
that happened.
But what about the it was handwritten? What about my mom was so scared she had to cock her pistol? Oh my god!
He said his mother got confused where the envelope was handwritten and the letter wasn't. That was the excuse for that one.
Yeah, that just says BS, man. He actually went. He went over there and read the letter. He even said that. I mean, he forgets his own stories. Yeah, I read over there and I saw the letter myself. So, and he never changed it was quote handwritten or it wasn't scary. Oh, it was a threatening letter and it involved Queen Bee, blah, blah, blah. It had nothing to do with Queen Bee. The only place Queen Bee's name was mentioned was in the title of the link of a video that was on UNIRock's channel. Why would that matter? Matter of fact, I messaged Queen Bee the other day when I read the lawsuit and I said, hey, Queen Bee, there's something happening today on Aaron's channel and it does have your name in it, but in a good way. I made sure that she knew it wasn't threatening. I said, you might want to watch this. To make sure that she wasn't feeling, threatened. I'm like, revenge is, sweet karma. And so I did let her know that her name was mentioned in it. But that's not what he did. He did, your name is mentioned in here. And, it seemed to really been very threatening. Yeah, how else is somebody going to take that? He knew exactly what he was doing. He was putting a fear into the mother of people, somebody with children. That's exactly what he was doing for views.
Well, I went in his comment section and I asked him, how is your family being threatened? And you know what he said? He said, by them sending a letter to my mother's house saying pretty much if your son doesn't keep my name out of his mouth, I'm coming for him. That's what is considered the threat to my family. I was like, okay.
Yeah, except that he lied and said it wasn't a cease and desist when it was. He literally said it's not a cease and desist. So, yeah, Navy Techs is just, again, signing off on his dirty work. That's all. All right, so that's what I got here.
I want nothing to do with any of these people. What up, Devious? What up, Wanderlust? LG?
We want nothing to do with you either, nonsense. But you won't shut up about things you don't know what the hell you're talking about. We want nothing to do with you. I mean, but Veda here has every right to call you out on things that what you talk about. So does Aaron. I don't care that much to do so. I've only been doing it for a couple days now. I didn't know who the hell she was before or cared. But she started using my name, associating with my name with Nat. Yeah, I'm going to say something. But if you have information that you put out on the internet and you get things wrong, then yes, people are right to call you out and fix you for it. Look, I have people that hate me that will eventually say something that, yeah, I'm like, yeah, okay, I was wrong on that. And I'll try to revise that because wrong is wrong. But when I say, like, if you want to go over to the trolls and get everything that from them and you want to hear all this dirty crap that they were doing, go ahead. All I asked you to come meet for a fair shake. Come back to me and let me get my side. That's the only thing I've ever said. Who the hell would listen to me if I said, hey, don't go talk to the trolls. They're all evil. No, go find out for yourself because I can tell you, the people that have gone over there to talk to, like, the people that hate me, none of them have had some good experiences. None of them. They all were like, oh, no, nope. Because I let them find out for themselves. So here's my thing.
But she doesn't care what the truth is at all. So like even with the Letitia thing, she ran with that fraud raiser, never once asked Letitia for receipts for the lawyer, nothing. Just ran with it for 8 months and tortured that woman.
Yeah, so let people find out for themselves. Go find out and go to Veda and there you go. She's got all that stuff. I don't have any of that stuff. I didn't get anything from Letitia. I've never talked to Letitia. I'm not involved in that story. But Veda 100% is involved in that story, and so was Aaron. They the ones who the people to go to on that, not me.
Yeah, I'm begging you to go to my channel. Everything's there. Everything.
I think that's about done with this one.
I'm done.
You're done.
I'm absolutely done.
Okay, you're done.
You remind me of my ex-husband that can't take the word no.
Who?
Is she talking about you?
That's again. I don't want to be the. I feel like it's the primary character syndrome. I'm thinking to myself, is she talking about me? Should I think that? Is this an ego thing? But people are telling me, I think she's talking about you. Well, why would she be talking about me? I have nothing to do with nonsense. I want nothing to do with her other than call her out on the fact she's using my name to say things that just weren't true. That's the only reason, because she's running some narrative from somebody, and I don't know why. That she is catering to these people. Either she has some kind of vested interest in it, whether it be monetary or something. She has a reason to lie, and that's what I want to figure out.
Yeah, she goes on her channel, makes a bunch of fucking claims that are horrible, and then we have the right to respond. We do respond, and that's harassing her if we respond.
Yeah, how's that harassment if somebody responds to your deceptions?
Lies.
I don't get that. It's just, like I said, does she not care how the internet works? As a matter of fact, even Bobby the cat called her out on this. So he's like, hey, look, you people have the right to respond. I have never said trolls can't say what they want about me, whether it's be true or not. If people want to respond to that, that's fine. But if they can say whatever they want, as long as the slander is liable, because then again, it's going to DOS, right? I mean, if they're absolutely making stuff up and that could be considered harmful, yeah, sure, that's TOS violations. But I don't say don't make videos about me. Who the hell's going to llisten?
Exactly.
I've got how many videos did UNIRock do? 700 videos about me. I probably have 1,000, 2,000. I don't know. I'm guessing there's probably 1,000 videos with my name on it from people. But do I have a right to go to them and say, oh, look, don't do videos about me? No, it's never going to happen. Who does she think she is?
If someone's mentioning your name and making claims about you that are untrue, you have every right to go and confront them and be like, hey, where's the proof of these claims? Show me what you got.
Yeah, but notice she's
That's not harassment.
Oh, he's this person's being a typical man, and I'm saying no, and no means no. No doesn't mean that people can't talk about you.
And see how she says it? She insinuates it like you're doing something against her will.
Right. But hi, Aaron.
Hi. Sorry. Hi. I had a doctor's appointment, and then I came home and I ate real quick. So hi. What's up?
We're just talking about nonsense, saying she's sick of us and she's not willing to talk to us. Well, then quit lying on us. We won't. She's mad that we're responding and calling it harassment pretty much.
Right.
I see. So she's not willing to talk to us or whatever, but she's more than willing to talk about us and monetize every fucking stream, though, right? She's fine with that.
Welcome to YouTube, right? She's fine with talking about us, but no. What is it? Rules for thee, but not for me? Whose playbook is that? Whose playbook is that? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, there's a little bit more here.
I mean,
well, it's okay. It's okay. We're her new Molly, you know, because she built her channel on Molly and Marvin. You know, Marvin's back as he lay in a hospital bed. Now she's building her channel on us. So I mean, hey, whatever.
You know what's funny is it's not funny because it's true. It's not even funny because she did
For the 1,000 subs nonsense.
She built her channel off the tragedy, and she has the audacity to call other people tragedy pimps. What the hell is she? She's the queen of tragedy pimps. She built her whole channel off tragedy.
Yeah, when is she not talking about tragedy on her fucking channel? It's always tragedy. It's always the tragedy that these people are causing, these problematic YouTubers and everything. It's all tragedy, but she's not a tragedy pimp. She's seeking this shit out.
Yeah,
did you tell them about the Idaho 4 that you tagged in every stream there forever?
And so, Aaron, who does that sound like? Who does this vulturing for trauma?
What do you mean?
Who's the original trauma vulture?
Oh, well, Katie.
Yeah, clearly. This is exactly what Katie does. She's learned everything from Katie on that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah, no doubt. That Katie and Uni, I think. But yeah.
Let's play this a little bit more.
Stop. This is just enough. And I have been super open to people commenting. You're not going to promote other channels in my page unless you are one of my mods and it's agreed with. Like, okay, we're not promoting the rest of these craps, so don't mention them. Don't tell me when they're live. It's time that I demand the respect that everybody else gets.
Whoa. First of all, you don't demand anything. You do. What respect have you earned? You came into a community talking about things you know nothing about, to the point where even the people that hate us have told her that she's got things wrong. What respect does this person have? I expect should have.
Yeah, she can demand all the respect in the world she wants. It doesn't mean she's going to get it or that she's entitled to it.
I think when I heard this part, I was probably taken back the most, that she thinks she's entitled to respect. This was today.
What was this stream? Oh, I haven't heard this one yet today.
Literally today, yeah. When yeah, you're right. Anybody could demand respect, but what reason is of anybody to respect somebody who's literally made a living off going after tragedies? I'm sorry. Yeah. I don't respect her. She's literally put out information that she knows is wrong and doesn't care. Exactly like UNIRock did, and exactly the reason why I stopped talking to UNIRock to begin with.
Yeah, you're more likely to encourage or to inspire respect from people than you are to demand it. So I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I think she has a lot to learn about YouTube. That's for damn sure.
It's about time that I set my boundaries over here. So these are my boundaries. And if you can't respect me and my boundaries, then there's millions of channels out here. But I am not going to encourage this because it's my real life that these people will not stop.
Who is going in her real life? Somebody explain this to me. Anybody? Who?
I want to know how.
Dead silence.
Yeah, I want to know how, though, too. You're like, I mean, she says they keep fucking with my real life. They keep fucking to my kids or whatever. How? What are they doing to give this impression? Because, I mean, she's so dense that this could be just like normal, like online behavior that she's misinterpreting for all I know. You know, or it could be just completely made up, or it could be like one fringe person that did something or whatever, you know? Either way, I want to know how this is being done.
I agree. I want to know.
I did.
But go ahead, Veda. Oh, she has some background noise there.
To admit that me and Aaron weren't going after her real life. So that's the only reason she did that. She makes that up because that's the only defense she has. Nobody's going after her real life. I told her you got to get a life for me to go after.
And again, whose playbook is that? I mean, I looked over one of the documents I sent Elle yesterday or this morning, whatever it was, and I found one of the tweets that Katie Joy had said, she said, "Oh, they want me murdered." It's like, oh yeah, the persecution's strong in this one, right? And then you had,
oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah,
holy
and then
shit.
And then you had, it's funny. You had somebody underneath. I'm not even going to mention their name, but they were saying they're going out of their way to find somebody who's mentally unwell, talking about Nat. This was all coordinated. This was years ago. This is the same script that Katie Joy had 3 years ago. This is what I'm saying. There's no way this is coincidental. What is that noise? Who's beating up somebody?
I'm sorry. It's
You okay?
it's the background. No, Michael was petting the dog and started just like patting her back.
Who's
or
a
whatever,
good
and it
boy?
Comes,
Or good girl,
it comes. I can't even believe it was that loud or whatever.
It was
Like,
very loud. Yeah, but that's okay. No, I love puppies.
I think it's the position of the room and my microphone that just made it so loud.
Hey,
She's also a very big dog, so there's a lot of surface area.
Listen, we only watch your channel for the doggy, okay? So
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay though. I'm not offended. I don't blame you.
yeah. But
She wants to be on stream too, Mama.
She does. She should get her own channel. But do you guys notice though that Nonsense is doing the exact same playbook that Katie Joy was doing by saying, "Oh, they're getting a mentally unwell person, Nat, to do their dirty work." That sounds.
What is Erica doing for you, Nonsense?
I think there's a connection there too. I just can't put my finger on it.
Oh, I know there is. There's no way I could be convinced otherwise on that. No way.
Yeah, I just wish I knew more. And it's so funny because Erica hasn't messaged me in ages. She's for some reason moved on to like you and other people. But again, I never had anything to do with her either, other than communications that she was trying to tell me stuff. I couldn't verify anything, and I'll show people my entire conversation with her. That's it. For people to say that, oh, Erica is one of Steven's dirty work people. Really? Well, let's read the conversations that I had with her, because I guarantee that's not how it went. I was like, I can't verify this, and she got mad, thinking that I was like an idiot for not being verified, that she said she had a restraining order against Katie, which I could only find a filing of. I couldn't find any proof of service. I couldn't find anything from the court on it. It was just somebody opened up a file and then filed something in it. That's it. And that's what I put as a tweet.
Did y'all see where I found this out yesterday, where the 2 videos I made about her, she is over here making tweet after tweet, tagging YouTube, telling them I'm bullying and harassing her, and that I'm using her private photos as my thumbnail or whatever, and that she wants my videos taken down.
Yeah, she also, I don't know if you caught it, in one of the screenshots you sent me, she also said that she was saying she's using my private photos to target a hate group.
What?
Oh, I didn't see that part.
No.
Did she just say that you were targeting a hate group? What the fuck?
What?
She's doing everything to get my videos down. I don't know why she wants them down so bad, but she wants them down.
Yeah, that's weird. I'd never heard that one. All right. Okay. But yeah. Okay. So where are we at here? Yeah.
He has no factor in any of this besides an agenda, and his agenda for me is bothersome because
who's again? Is she talking about me, Aaron? I'm not. Again, I feel so bad because I'm like, is she talking about me or somebody else? If she's talking about somebody else. What?
I haven't even heard the stream today. I have no idea what she's talking about.
She's being very vague, but she's basically saying that my agenda is to be a nuisance to her or something, and yet I won't stop leaving her alone. I'm like, I want nothing to do with this one. The only reason I tagged her on my other videos is like, that's the thing you do on YouTube, to say, look, I'm making a video about you. If you wish to respond, now I know she has no wish to respond. I have no intention of tagging her. That's just how YouTube works.
She's about to add you as one of the people that harass her. That's what she's doing here.
How?
By trying to defend yourself. That's harassment.
So okay, let me wrap my head around this. I'm kind of new to the game. It's only been a decade. So if somebody makes a dishonest statement about you, and then you go and you explain that dishonest statement and bring receipts and evidence, explain why it's dishonest, that person who's doing the explaining is the harasser. Is that how it works in Nonsense's world?
Yep.
Yes.
And I'd be careful doing that nonsense. I'd hate for you to be exposed once again for lying.
Yeah, at this point,
and also
it's
pay
par for the
attention
course.
because she likes to pull into the whole point of it that she's a female and there's other people.
Yeah,
who are
why does she
not
keep bringing up my
females.
gender?
And and the females keep getting targeted. The female parents, the mothers, keep getting targeted. The females do. Like,
my God.
Why is that? Why is that an issue?
She said.
Was it
She said
UNIRock
that
Mail?
I posted last night. The short video or whatever I posted last night where she was saying that. I'm like, oh my God, that's like one of the most misogynistic things I think I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Aaron, I have to ask you, it's killing me. Is the guy in your shorts your son?
Oh no. Wait, I'm speaking on behalf of him, but that's a Snapchat filter.
He looks just like you. I thought that was probably your real son or something.
No, here's the thing though, it does kind of look like him. So.
Oh, okay. Damn. I was gonna say he's hot.
Oh no, yeah, I think he's a very good-looking boy. But I mean, I'm biased, so I'm his mother's. But yeah, no, the filter though, it doesn't look that much different than him. It really doesn't. And I never realized because like the filter will display like my mannerisms, my facial mannerisms and stuff. And when I'm talking as him, it looks like him. I think because like he's my son, so he's gonna have similar mannerisms. And I had never realized that before though until I watched my videos. There, I'm like, holy shit. These filters are pretty fucking accurate.
Those filters are the filters are impressive. I gotta admit, but like it's so funny when Katie Joy uses her filters. I know that GPU is working overtime. That thing's burning up, man. Because you look at the before and after on her when your filters kick off or something like that. Jesus, it's a whole different person. Those filters do some amazing things. That's for damn sure. All right.
How do you get filters? I can't get a filter on StreamYards. How do you put a filter on?
Gets Snapcam. What is it? Snap Camera?
Yes, it's SnapCam. However, SnapCam shut down their servers at the end of January. So now you have to go to GitHub and download like a patch they have for it. I've tried it on my laptop, which is Linux, but I mean, there's no Linux patch for it. But I tried both the Mac. Both the Mac and the Windows patch, and neither one worked on the Linux. But the Mac patch works beautifully on my Mac, so I have to stream from my Mac.
Did you try using Wine?
Yes.
You gotta show me how to do that.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to show me how to do that.
Yeah, I can do it. It's so easy. It's so easy to do on the Mac. Anyone can do it. Really.
Wine is hit or miss. It really depends. But by the way, Wine is not an emulator. Just for the Linux guys out there.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm familiar.
All right.
But I absolutely tried it. Yeah, nothing worked. I mean, like it downloads it, like it accepts it, and it puts the icon and everything on my screen just fine, but it just won't open and run. So. I don't know. So
why? So again, why is she using sex in it? What does this have to do with anything? She, her and Katie Joy seem to make an issue about somebody's gender more than anybody else I've ever seen. Why? What does it matter? UNIRock was a piece of crap. People went after him. He's not a female. He's barely a male, but he's certainly not a female.
Because they put separate traits per gender. Like for the men, it's SA, or it's they're, doing something nasty and sexual. For women, it's harassment and threatening their jobs. I mean, they use the same vernacular when it comes to this defense crap of the real life stuff.
Yeah, they really do. Matter of fact, I sent, if she's still listening, I sent Ellie the original documentation from Katie's original affidavit for her BS TRO, and I sent my complaint about her and her cross complaint to me, where she absolutely lied and said I lived in Minnesota, which clearly I never have lived in Minnesota. She said that she wanted me to pay her moving costs. She said that I fabricated screenshots that everybody knows I never fabricated. I mean, that defamation right there. And yes, I had a very strong case. People do know this, but unfortunately, 7M was going to take precedence, and so was the Christie case. And Godspeed to the 7Mers out there. I hope they take her for several millions of dollars. Yeah. All right. What else did she say here? I think that's where I kind of left off, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know what she says after. It's gonna be new to all of us.
Because I have nothing with this man. Period. Point blank. End of story.
Well, that's true. If she's referring to me, that might be the first and only thing she's ever said that's true.
Running Bear. Good morning. Wanderlust. Ignore it. I promise you. It doesn't bother me because I don't watch it.
Well, you don't see, but here's the thing: nonsense doesn't have to watch us. We don't do this for nonsense. We do this for people that want to know the fact she's lying. That's all. What other reason would we have except to have the people that want to listen, who want to get the facts, can go, okay, nonsense. Let's hear your side. Oh, okay, you've got nothing. Hey, Steve, Veda, Aaron, let's hear your side. Oh, crap! I'm going to spend weeks now going through paperwork because you got the receipts. That's what we want. What's wrong with that? Are you guys still there, by the way? You guys are quiet. You scared me when you're quiet.
I was curling my hair, and I was being loud, so I muted my mic.
You guys scare me when you're quiet. It's like, did I drop connection or something?
She's basically out of content, and she's just trying to play a victim card, like we're harassing her, and she's playing a Katie Joy. She wants nothing to do with us, but if she really didn't want anything to do with us and we were non-factors, she wouldn't keep bringing us up on every single stream.
100%. Oh, and my bad.
She can't shut up about us.
I am so sorry I didn't pin this. If Ailey wants to come in, by all means, I am so sorry. Yes, come on in.
Oh, please.
She's out there listening still. So yes, come on. That's perfectly fine. So let's see here. What else? Okay, let's continue a little bit more.
Because nonsense is lying to that panel.
Absolutely go away. Like, I have nothing. And here's the thing. I don't care about these people. They're going to like, oh, she thinks she deserves respect. These people are chaos and distractions.
Yes, we are laughing at you because you don't deserve respect. When you're lying to an audience, I'm not going to respect you, nonsense. Nobody is. This is what happened with UNIRock. People were like, people that actually did respect him, which there were a few, all realize, oh crap, dude's been lying to his audience for something I told people back in 2019. They're going to find that about you too, nonsense. If they already haven't already, they're going to. I can almost promise it. It's inevitable. This is the cycle of YouTubers. We've been around a very long time. I've been around over a decade. I've seen people come and go. That what happens is they'll get a channel, they'll ride the wave, they'll get some popularities, they'll get a couple thousand subs, and then they'll crash and burn because they lie to their audience. It happened. Look at Creepshow Art. She had how many? 250, 300,000 subs. She crashed and burned by being dishonest. UNIRock crashed and burned being dishonest.
What she's trying to do is dissociate herself from UNIRock. So she's trying to make him look like a fraud, and that's why she's the one calling it out. So nobody will associate her. Sorry, girl, you're tied to him. You used all of his traits to your advantage when it came to Molly, and as soon as Molly was done and you achieved that goal, oh, now he's a fraud. Whatever you sat there and co-signed or collaborated with him with all your fraudulent activity. Now it's a problem.
100%.
Don't think so.
And also too, like, I mean, he either began the narrative in some regards or just reiterated her narrative. So if he's a liar and a fraud and everything, then that would, by association or whatever, make her one as well, right?
Right. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, how do you disparage and shoot him down without also harming your own message this whole time? This
is a very interesting thing. Just another troll said, I just want to point out that Nonsense mentioned a while ago that she grew up in a cult. Maybe it's time people start looking into her. I'm sick of listening to her rewrite history. And first of all, I don't give a shit about her history. But the fact that she grew up in a cult or said she did, again, whose narrative is that? What story also? Katie's. Katie has the exact same story. And yet you have Katie who says she's a cult buster. She's never once gotten anybody out of a cult. This is the most comical thing I've ever heard. For Katie Joy Paulson to say that she busts cults, name one name that she's ever helped get out of a cult, or helped in general. Anybody. Not one.
I actually did that. I made a list of her victims versus the people she's helped. You would die if you saw that list.
I'm also going to argue, too, that if Becky has, in fact, grown up in a cult or whatever, I'm of the argument that she grew up on the leadership end of the cult, like not her per se, but like probably like a family member. Yeah, was one of the people in charge, because she doesn't speak as someone who's been really truly victimized. Yeah, exactly,
Yep,
exactly.
Not at all. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
At least not your typical victim, but maybe a different kind of victim. But yeah, exactly.
She's confident. I mean, say what you want about Becky. She may be dumber than a box of rocks, but she's confident in what she says.
No.
I'll give her that. No, she is. I mean, listen to her. She speaks with authority, like she has some kind of confidence level. Now, do I think it's feigned? Absolutely. But she tries to appear like she's a lot more confident than she is because she's promoting BS, and she has to know she's promoting BS. Therefore, that confidence has to be acquired somehow. That has to be a skill to level to lie on such a degree where you're putting it forth to an audience of other idiots. But that's what UNIRock made his name doing. UNIRock catered to idiots.
She has to play the part and sell it. I mean, she's got to sell the bullshit she's saying, so she knows that she's got to act with conviction and make it sound true, and it's not.
Absolutely. Hi, Booty Shots. How are you? What a name.
Is Ellen coming up?
No, she says we're answering her questions, and that's good. So that's all I've ever asked. Like I said, we're all three of us are so dangerous only because we have information. That's the only thing that makes us dangerous.
Yeah, we have information that could harm her.
Yeah, we have the facts.
And tell the truth about her, and that's what.
You broke up there, but
intentionally. These are boundaries that I should have set a long time ago for myself, and unfortunately, I didn't.
Okay, so you have boundaries. So do we. Maybe stop talking about us, but you're free to do so. But we have a right to respond. But nobody's trying to get a hold of you. Nonsense. Nobody cares. None of us give a damn to have a conversation with you. We don't think you're honest, and nor will ever want to be honest. So why do we want to talk to you? We want to talk to people that want to know the truth and let them decide for themselves. You're antithetical to that. You're the antithesis of somebody who wants to get people talking to them and asking the right questions. No, you live on your island. We want you on that island. That's fine. Stay there.
Now the boundaries are in place and I'm done with the games. You are a creepy older man. I am involved with somebody. I have
what?
That makes me so sick to hear, dude. I'm so sick of hearing that dumb shit.
What?
You're like maybe 10 years older than her. Like, that's it. What is she? She's making it sound like you're some like fucking 80-year-old dude and she's like 25. What the fuck?
I'm sorry, but what?
don't watch it.
Crenshaw Paw, if you're watching this, Crenshaw Paw, I'm going to send this to you. I need a what video? Oh my freaking God.
She's like 52, right? I remember her. Someone saying she was 52.
Is she really think? I'm like, oh come on, that's not Katie Joy. What is? Oh my freaking
Respect
God.
me, go away. Absolutely go away. Like I have nothing. And here's the thing: I don't care about these people. They're gonna like, oh, she thinks she deserves
again.
respect. These people
Yeah, play it
are
faster. I want to hear this
chaos
again.
and distractions unintentionally. These are boundaries that I should have set.
Why are you talking about us?
And unfortunately, I didn't. Now the boundaries are in place, and I'm done with the games. You are a creepy
shut the
older
hell
man.
up.
I am involved with somebody. I have told you respectfully over and over again. Don't message me. You're blocked. And you.
First of all, she's never said that.
Wait, what does she mean by she's involved with somebody? Is she trying to say you're hitting on her?
I think so, or at least insinuating something along those lines. That's exactly, again, playbook from Katie Joy, right? But holy fuck, man! Hang on, I gotta wrap my head around this.
Can you replay that one more time?
I'm happy to.
I can't believe I just heard that.
Ellie is asking, is she talking about you for sure? And this is where it comes into primary character syndrome. I don't know who else the fuck she could be talking about. And if she's not talking about me, then everything's cool and copacetic, man. Whatever. But why is she being so ambiguous?
She's a fucking liar.
Story.
Listen.
Running Bear. Good morning. Wanderlust. Ignore it. I promise you. It doesn't bother me because I don't watch it. Yeah, if you can't respect me, go away. Absolutely go away. Like, I have nothing. And here's the thing. I don't care about these people. They're going to like, oh, she thinks she deserves respect. These people are chaos and distractions intentionally. These are boundaries that I should have set a long time ago for myself. And unfortunately, I didn't. Now the boundaries are in place and I'm done with the games. You are a creepy older man. I am involved with somebody. I have told you respectfully over and over again, don't message me. You're blocked. And you can't get the fucking hint.
Wow.
I can't even believe that shit.
Yeah. First of all,
she's never told anyone anything respectfully. Let's just fucking be honest.
Yeah. That right there in itself, everything she said about that just started after respectfully was bullshit.
Have you ever messaged her, Steve?
Have I what?
Have you ever messaged her or tried or like ever?
I've tagged her on my community post when I made a video about her a couple times. Like I have 4 videos about her. I think 4, because that's what you kind of do on YouTube when you say, "Hey, look, you're lying about me." And I give people a chance to respond, right? I'm like, "This is fair. If you want to respond to my criticisms of the fact that you're lying about me, go ahead." But then the other day,
what she's doing right there is too far. I can tell what she's doing. That's too much.
It's beyond. It's reprehensible. It's actually reprehensible. Here's the thing. The other day when I was on Crimes and Fashion, and people were saying, "Why don't you email her?" And I'm like, "Fuck no, I'm not going to email her. That's a play right into her persecution. I have nothing to want to do with her. See what would have happened? Would have emailed her? See what would have happened?"
You can still try to say nothing on her. I wouldn't email her nothing.
Right.
Mm-mm.
And I don't think she's talking about UNIRock here, because UNIRock's not an older dude, But
no, UNIRock's younger than she is.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, but what makes me creepy? I'm kind of curious here. Look, I'm confident. I admit that. I have no complaints, but
You're not crazy, Steve. Don't believe that shit. Don't believe it.
I just want to clarify something. I just want to clarify. She is older than UNIRock. Okay, she'd be like a Mrs. Robinson to UNIRock and Navy Techs too, for that matter.
Is she that
just
old?
want to throw that out there.
I mean, I thought she was maybe in her 40s or something.
I thought she was. Somebody told me she was 52. This whole time I thought she's in her 50s. How old is she?
I have no idea.
I thought she was like 44 or 40.
I would put her in
mid
mid to late 40s, but I mean, I'm not that much older. I'm 53. And you know what? I'm going to say it. I think I look pretty good for 53. I do. I don't have any issues. I'm not self-conscious. Well, okay, I'm a little self-conscious. I blush easy. I really do. People don't realize that when there's a girl that I like or something like that, I get tongue-tied. I am very shy when it comes to that. She knows fuck all about me. But I gotta tell you, nonsense. Oh my God, Katie Joy is definitely disgusting as hell. But nonsense would be a close second. It'd be like, are you kidding me? Like, why the fuck? Why the fuck would I hit on that? But this is what I'm saying. This is the narrative she wants her followers to think of like, oh, Steve's some creepy guy. Don't go talk to him. I guarantee it. Almost everyone in my live chat has probably messaged me at some time, and not a single one of them has gotten anything inappropriate. Not one. Not a single, except for Aaron. But we ain't going to talk about that. But
I was going to say, if anything, I've been the one that's talked like that to Steve.
Yeah, Veda does. Veda's tried. It's true. Veda, yeah. But here's the thing.
I'm just a pervert, though, and I'll admit it.
We're friends, though. And I give you carte blanche. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I don't get offended by it. Right? So we have a consent there where you can tell me anything. I don't care. But I don't go around to you or Aaron and start doing creepy shit to anybody. Ever. That's why you don't. No. That's why you don't see all these people going, "Oh, look what Steve sent me. Look what Steve sent me." Never happens. Nor is that in real life either. I have a lot of people that are young women that respect me. Why? Because I make sure that they're taken care of. I'm the one out there making sure that they're safe. So yeah, this fucking narrative about being creepy, shove it up your ass, nonsense.
At this point in time, there's a whole lot more. And next point is I'll have Kyle fucking address you if I have to, because you aren't getting it.
Oh, okay. That's her man, I guess, Kyle?
Yes.
I don't think she's talking about Kyle from the Non Sequitur show. She's talked about Kyle before, and I think that's her
boyfriend. Her boyfriend. He won't marry her, but that's her boyfriend, Kyle. Yes.
Okay, well, he's not a complete idiot then.
Yeah.
Fucking stay the fuck away from me.
Nobody's going near you, nonsense. This is fucking YouTube. This is the internet. You say stupid shit, people are going to respond. That's how it freaking works if they want you to respond. You don't get some special dispensation to be allowed to go out and lie about somebody and they go, oh, they're picking on me with harassment. No, that's Katie Joy in UNIRock's playbook. Thus, we call you UNIBeck or UNIRock 2.0. You're exactly like them.
Steve, do you remember when you and Aaron were on a group call and I warned you about this very thing? I said, be careful because I have a feeling they're going to try to set you up with something like this. And here it is.
You did. This a few weeks ago. And you also said, you said they're going to come after you next, Steve, Aaron, and Ellie B.
Yep. They're going to try to come up with some essay bullshit on you to try to get you. Yep. I knew it, dude.
Yeah. And by the way, there are a lot of great people in my audience and I met a lot of attracted women. None of them have seen me hit on them. There's only one person that I maybe have a minor interest in, and her and I have talked, and that's it. One. Why would I?
You don't have to defend yourself or try to vindicate yourself. We know the truth. We know.
Yeah. Well, it's just funny because, whenever I do have an interest in somebody, even if it's this minor, they always like, oh, you got to hear about Steve, and yet they're like, well, fuck off. He didn't do anything. I mean. So, anyways.
These people are so nasty and foul. Who makes up some serious shit like that on somebody and say it online? Get fucking real.
Because it's Katie Joy's playbook. And by the way, I sent Ellie all the stuff about Katie Joy was saying about me. She's got this straight from Katie Joy. There's no possibility that it wasn't from her. This is exactly what Katie Joy was doing.
Nonsense. Please take my advice. I gave her the best advice of her life. If she could run as fast as her fucking mouth does, she could possibly get in shape. That's what I've always said to her. She won't.
And by the way, and please forgive me for this because but I'll tell you guys straight. Aaron and Veda are way more attractive than freaking either Nonsense or Katie Joy by eons. And yet I have so much respect for both of them.
They wish you'd hit on them. I mean, her own boyfriend won't even marry her. That tells you something.
And I love she calls you Two Top Tammy. I'm sorry. I just love that. That was so brilliant.
I think it's cute, except for the fact they're trying to claim I have STDs. Down the rabbit hole's trying to lie to us. So now her new name is Down the Rabbit Whore. That's what I call her.
Yeah, that seems to be the go-to. With guys, it seems to be, they're a bunch of creeps sexually harassing people. With women, they're a bunch of sexually, they have, STD whores. It seems to be their playbook. They did that, and I hate to say it, but I may not remember it. They did that with AZ, too. They said AZ had syphilis. Remember that?
Yep, it ain't gonna work. It is not gonna work with me.
Yep,
Don't think so.
It's the same playbook, and I'm clearly no AZ fan, But when you start throwing around that kind of crap, yeah, that's BS, man.
Did I promote you, Cash? Hey, Krug's wifey.
I've heard this, so hang on.
Yep, no more. That's the thing is I wouldn't allow these people in my real life. So why am I allowing it in my online life? Like
nobody wants to be in your real life, and nobody cares. None of us want to be
Nobody
in your own
cares
life.
what you allow online. You're not our fucking boss. I wish you'd get that through your fucking head. You try to determine who can and can't be on YouTube and talk about what they want. Hell with that. Go to hell with that shit. I'm sick of that.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, I put hashtag nonsense. That doesn't tag her. That's a tag that if you want to find any of the videos about nonsense, it's at nonsense. I have on my community tab. But if I put hashtag nonsense, that's not tagging her.
She thinks it is.
She's an idiot. Shocker, but damn, that's yeah, she's an idiot.
this is not something I'm even going to entertain anymore. This is just a bunch of bullshit. Now, let me be very clear before we get into this.
Oh, that'd be nice.
I stand on what I said.
About what?
If you were offended by what I said about the mental illness and them using people that are mentally ill, I'm sorry. That's on you.
What does that mean?
That's
explain. Why would somebody? Wait. Is she thinking?
I don't even know who she's talking about right here.
She has to be talking about Nat, but I'm thinking she's maybe addressing people that are saying she's stigmatizing maybe something like mental illness and weaponizing mental illness. I can see that.
Yeah. Yeah, because yesterday she was saying she doesn't want around anybody that is mentally ill, and you couldn't pay her to talk to anybody that's mentally ill or has a mental problem. So she's such a mental health advocate, right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense now, actually. First of all, mental illness is prevalent. Most people have some form of or not most, but many people do, and it's not something that needs to be stigmatized, and people get over it. People know that I had bouts of depression. My brother had bouts of depression. My roommates had bouts of depression. I know a lot of friends have had, everything from depression and schizophrenia. This manageable. That doesn't make them bad people. Everybody has some kind of things that they even go through, even if it's not chronic. It's acute, but I can't imagine somebody going through their entire life, hitting 50 years of age, and not having some acute mental episode of some kind, whether it just be minor depression. That's part of life. And she's trying to stigmatize it. There are the outliers. Don't get me wrong. There's people out there that are 2 and 3 standard deviations away from norm. That's the Nat. Nat would be probably 3 or 4 standard deviations from norm. But who's invoking her? Nonsense.
The first day, the day that she starts talking about Nat is the day a fake YouTube account is created in Nat's name. It was the day I started getting emails from Nat or whatever. So she just like Erica, the day she started talking about Erica, here's Erica. So isn't that a coincidence?
Oh, it's so not a coincidence. Oh, hey, Blue Apple. I'm just see back there. Hi, Blue Apple.
I got to swap to my computer, so I'll be right back up on panel, guys. Okay,
awesome.
I'll be right back.
Well, we got Blue Apple to say hi to. Hi, Blue Apple.
Hey, how are you?
Do you want the too long didn't read version? Yeah, I'm okay. This isn't affecting me personally, but at the same token, it's like, Jesus Christ, do I have to relive this crap again? It's like we've all been down this route. Why this route before? Why is nonsense bringing up shit from 2019 and doing the exact same fuckery that Katie Joy was doing? And this is not coincidental. There's no fucking way it's coincidental.
No, she's bored.
Yeah, what do you think it is? I mean, and I'm not discounting this, but do you think Nonsense is doing this just because she's so bored with her life and she's doing a holy spackle? She just wants to fuck with people.
Yes.
Okay. That's a simple explanation. Yeah. It's not impossible or improbable.
She doesn't care. She doesn't care who she hurts. It doesn't matter as long as she's getting attention from somebody and she's getting. She's gotten her supply. That's what she's getting. She's off her gourd. We all know it.
She's bored.
I mean, she spends hours and hours. Yeah, I mean, she's online all fucking day. Mm-hmm. It took me a fucking 6 hours to do a fucking video last night. So I know for her to do research and Stu do all the shit, it takes fucking forever.
She doesn't do any research.
So, with this shit. I mean,
she just says she knows nothing about me.
Fucking bored.
I'm gonna say this. It's not just boredom. It's not just that she's looking for something, to fill some void in her life because there's nothing that's going on. I'm gonna say that there's another void in her life possibly going on where like she doesn't have any kind of control. No one's listening to her. She's not a point of authority or a point of leadership or trusted and such. And she's finding these roles. She can fill these roles or be these roles rather on the internet. She can assume these roles.
I agree.
And people look to her as that. And I mean, because especially if you're living a life where you don't get to be that ever and to anyone, it can be very kind of addictive if you finally find yourself in these roles suddenly, you know.
I think you make a great point on that. As a matter of fact, did you notice that she actually called? She was basically saying, well, who is Aaron and Steve? And even Bobby the Cat were like, hey, well, Aaron and Steve, at least, I'm paraphrasing, but basically, they've already made a name for themselves. They have online presence. They've been around long before nonsense came into the picture. You may not like my content, but I've got 3,000 freaking videos. You may not like Aaron's content, but she's funnier than shit. This is what she's known for, the entitlement translator stuff. This is what kind of put her on the map. This is the only reason I even had anything to do with her, because I saw her entitlement translator. I'm like, damn, this chick's funny. We had content. So who the hell is nonsense? What does she have for content other than just trying to bash on people and victimize people and be a trauma vulture? That's the only thing I've seen out of her. There's been nothing positive from this woman. Nothing.
No, there is nothing positive. There's nothing positive about her. If you watch her videos, like go back and kind of watch her kind of like, I hadn't seen any of her things like when she was still disguised, and I was kind of watching those, and you could really see her like her confidence build and build and build and build, and she got more and more aggressive and more volatile, and then it's like she really fed off all her subs as they started joining in. And I mean, now she's like a fucking dictator. She's like telling them who they can talk to and who they can't.
Oh, like a cult leader.
I mean, yeah, and you know, the one thing why I kind of bounced in was about the whole mental illness thing. I am so shocked that there's not a bigger boomerang effect on that, because she literally said she didn't want anyone with mental illness around her. She didn't want them in her group. She wants nothing to do with them. Everyone with mental illness needs to stay the fuck away. Okay, that's fucking everybody now. Okay, we all have depression, we all have anxiety, we all have everything. Okay, we just lived through, you know, the panorama.
Yep, 100%.
So, I'm absolutely shocked that she said that. And I'm really shocked that people aren't leaving her in droves, because that's offensive.
It is.
That's fucking talk about protected class. That is unacceptable for her to be all like that, because she's not talking like, oh, y'all are fucking crazy, like, you know, we think she's off her gourd.
Right.
We're talking. She is literally saying anyone diagnosed with a mental illness of any kind is a fucking problematic person, and she doesn't think that they should have the right to do anything, I guess, or be where they want to be.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's not okay.
That's fleeting. I've seen a lot of people come and go. This nonsense is not the first kid on the block to run these types of things.
Oh, she'll be gone.
Yeah, she'll eventually be gone. She'll be gone. This. She doesn't realize that her type of style peaks. You get a bunch of subs, you get a bunch of greens, you get a bunch of members, and all of a sudden people are like, oh shit, what's the next new shiny thing? That for the trauma vultures, because they thrive off that. Her audience loves that stuff. I don't cater to the trauma vultures. I don't cater to the people that want drama. I mean, how infrequently do I talk about this stuff? If I want to talk about it, I call up Aaron. I'm like, hey, Aaron, I'm bored. Can I come on your channel and talk about it? Because she's like, who are you?
Hey, private chat, just so you know, Steve.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Let me. I don't want to. Oh, okay. There you go. I don't want to show the private chat because I'm showing the entire screen. So
thank you. I was like, hello.
Hello. Welcome back. It's Two Top Tammy.
I'm not in one today.
Right.
Yeah.
She's the one I know that can pull that shit off. So I'm good with the whole two-top thing. I think she looks awesome.
Right?
Oh my God, I know, right?
Hey,
oh my God, when Rabbit was first talking about that and assigning the nickname to Veda, like the look on her face as she's talking about it, she's
jealous,
like, whatever. If you got the body, to do it, then yeah.
Right.
Veda's stunning.
Like,
I mean,
dude,
let's
you're so jelly. Oh my God.
I have no problem saying who's attractive.
I think it's a compliment.
Yeah, she's.
Thank you.
Totally compliment. Yeah.
Here's the thing. What's so funny, and I think Aaron notices too. It's the women trying to tear down other women. Women always be like, "Oh, I'm going to be empowered. Go feminism." Yet I see more women shitting on other women on YouTube than men do.
Yep.
We are
weird.
Terrible.
It's weird, and I'm not even a feminist.
We are terrible to one another.
I'm not.
No, we're terrible. We're terrible.
Why?
It's ingrained in us to be competitive. It's ingrained in us from childhood. We compete for everything. We compete for education. We compete for our men. We compete for everything. There is no friends group that you don't see constant drama and constant bickering, because that's how we're raised. It is a culture
I know you're right. You're right. I'm 100% right.
It's not right.
I don't like it.
I'm just trying to defend people that are being innocently
accused. No. But I mean, when we're children, that's how we come up. We come up being taught that we be competitive.
Yeah.
And a lot of us we're more protectors, and we're carers, and we don't do that. I mean, we make a real effort not to. It's like we don't think like that. As you grow up, you grow out of it. Most people.
That's why
I think we become more passive aggressive with it, if we don't grow up.
Yeah, that's true.
A little more devious and insidious. Yes, there you go.
We hide it better.
But before I go out or something, when I do my hair and makeup shit, I'm not doing that for the dudes at the club or anything. No, I'm doing this so I can look better than the other women at the club, whether or not I do it.
Yeah.
But I think that's my intention anyways,
I guess I can look hot for the men and women to hit on.
I guarantee that's what it is. I mean, as a guy, I definitely respect that, and I appreciate it too, man. We men like that. Again, we don't mind when women try to one up each other as far as them looking better and things of that nature. We don't mind that, but they are competitive as shit. But you don't see guys putting other guys down like that. We'll be like, yeah, that dude's a pretty good looking guy. We don't care, but we're not going to shit on him because he decided to go to the gym or something unless he's a complete meathead. But for the most part, we just don't care like that. But women, very petty, very very envious.
Oh yeah, we're
God,
petty.
the way Becky looks at you, Veda, the way her she's visceral in her envy.
She is so jealous of Veda. Yeah. She is so jealous of Veda.
Jealous.
She's jealous of the fact that Veda's young. Veda has her whole life ahead of her. I think Becky's made a lot of mistakes in her life, and she looks back and wishes she had changed them. And you can't really live your life like that.
She was really like that with Molly. She hates Aaron too. I don't know why she.
Yeah, I think she's jealous of Veda, and she might be slightly intimidated by me. I don't know why. Don't get me wrong. I know
because you're articulate and you're smart,
and even better,
Aaron,
you're funny.
You're very articulate, very articulate. You express things way better. I mean, I am Steve's age, okay, and you're younger than that, and Veda's even younger than that. Veda could be my child. But y'all still are very more articulate than I think the average person is. Thanks to the internet, that kind of helps. Our vocabulary is expanded.
Yeah,
it's expanded. Our knowledge is a general rule. But still, y'all say things a little more eloquently than just the average bear. Let's put it that way.
Veda,
thank you. I appreciate that.
I stand by that too.
I'm not quite sure I agree, but thank you.
You do a great job. We love your entitlement videos. They're funny. But Veda, could you be a solid?
I love them. I think they're hysterical.
Just so I can redeem some of my manhood. Can you just put out the narrative that I've sexually harassed you? At least I wouldn't feel so bad. Can we just start that?
Steve, I mean, I was joking. I was joking when I said I sexually harassed him. He absolutely has hit on me.
You know how fast that I would get shot down? Yeah, but that's okay. But Veda knows the truth about certain things, and I appreciate that. She's been a good confidant and a good friend when it comes to that, and that's what I look for. That she knows my personal history with certain things, and I respect her for that. And I really mean that, Veda. You've been very good.
Steve, that's what proves that Becky did not do her research.
100%.
Becky did not do her research. That proves it. The fact that Veda did do her research and she was able to see you for who you are. Okay, and I got my information on you from Veda as well. So once I looked back and said, okay, this is what happened and this is what I heard, and I looked myself, I was like, okay, yeah, that really happened, because that's what we all should do. We shouldn't just take someone's word for anything on the internet, for God's sake. And because we know you're an upstanding citizen and you aren't that guy, the fact that Becky still thinks you are tells me she didn't do her fucking research. She did not do it.
But it's more than that. It's more than her not doing her research. She's actively going out to do what Katie Joy set out to do 3 or 4 years ago. That's not a coincidence. I'm sorry, it's not.
She's just a fucking liar. She needs attention from somewhere. She knows your history, and that's why she's doing it.
Yeah, but she also knows that the newer people in the community don't know how all that played out, and so she's. If you look at the names in her live chat, there's some older names out there that know that's feeding her this stuff, like Keon and Pork Chop. They all know this stuff, but for these other people, I don't know who the hell these people are. I don't recognize these names.
They're taking advantage of her. Yeah. They're taking advantage of her knowledge.
And I think that she's even. She wants to be the victim. She wants to come across as that because she's seeking out situations in which she knows will likely at some point in time cause her to be one. Like the whole, when she first started talking about how she was getting these emails, whatever, people harassing her and shit, and CBS call and everything. She's like, I didn't really know what to expect when I came onto YouTube. Bullshit. Because there is video of her talking on I think it's an Instagram live, and there's posts of her going back years of her knowing exactly what to expect from people on the internet. So, and then here she comes, she starts a YouTube channel and starts talking all kinds of shit, making all kinds of crazy criminal accusations at people. And then she's going to sit there and say, I didn't know what to expect. No, bullshit.
Exactly.
You did that because you knew what to expect.
100%. She was told ahead of time. And by the way, curious idea. we feel free to use actual words in my. I guess I do have filters, but other than that, I don't care. But they keep on bringing up that whole interview with a rapist that I had years ago. That I even have said I don't give a flying fuck if that person rots in the 7th level of hell. I don't care. I had nothing to do with them afterwards. That's the best they got. It's like, really. It's like something that happened 4 years ago. That's the best you got on me? Fuck off. I mean, and I'm not talking about that's Kira's idea, but I'm just saying that people that are trying to run that narrative that, Steve had a rapist on his channel. Who the fuck? Katie Joy had a pedophile on his channel, and she praised him. I couldn't give a shit about
pedophiles in her family.
Yeah,
I mean, come on.
I couldn't give a shit about the guy I had on the internet. I interviewed a lot of fucking people, and no offense, I never had anything to do with the guy other than that. And yet that's the best they got on me? Yeah, okay, fuck off. And again, I'm not saying that directly to Kira's idea, but I'm saying that that's the shit that they want to run with, right? It's just like, Steve had this guy that he defended, and all I was talking about on defending is how I liked some of his interactions with the police, but then he got progressively worse, and I stopped watching him because I didn't like the way he was doing it anymore. Welcome to the internet. But I never talked to him after that. I had like 1 or 2 correspondence with him. Other than that, I couldn't give a shit. He ended up being a shitbag. So what?
It's okay to look back at somebody and say, hey, that's not someone that I really should have associated with. I mean, my God, Becky's fucking doing it with Uni right now.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
at least I learned.
So, it's okay to say, hey, I was fooled. It's okay to say that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's perfect.
Yeah, and he probably
people hide who they are.
Well, here's the thing.
Come on.
I was actually fooled, and I learned this from my friend James Freeman. James Freeman, who has like 500,000 subs, nice guy, really freaking hilarious. He informed me after the fact that some of the stuff that I thought that this guy wasn't doing in his auditing, he was. And so I learned from James that, but that was until much later. But I'm like, well, fuck that. Yeah, fuck the guy anyways. I mean, I hope he rots in prison. But here's the thing. Katie Joy is actually... I think she's in love with, what's his name? Josh Duggar. I really think that. I think she has a thing for him. She gets off on that stuff. Me, I condemn it. I have somebody on my show. They end up being a piece of shit. Okay, move on. I don't have any contact with them. Isn't that what you should do?
I don't understand the whole fascination with the whole, she sticks very tightly to one subject. She gets very obsessive. That's it. That's not unlike Becky. They do. They get very stuck on something. They really can't move. I mean, I don't really want to hear anything else about that man because, we know what he did. We know he's a creep. He's in prison. Who the fuck cares? Okay, we're done.
Yeah.
What is there left to talk about?
Okay, but how many?
I don't understand.
How many videos did Katie do on Josh Duggar?
Oh, gee.
I mean, seriously, I had the guy. I had.
She's still doing them.
I had a guy who won.
Yeah, she is.
Right.
Yeah, she is.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Veda and Aaron, but who was the one that, for some really creepy reason, decided to, in graphic detail, give a demonstration of child sexual assault? Oh, that would have been Katie Joy.
Oh, I heard about that.
She was laughing the whole time.
For those who want to see this for yourself, there's a video on my channel under the playlist of PSA or whatever, and under there you'll see one that says trigger warning all over it. That's the video that depicts what it is we're talking about.
And she didn't get. She didn't. It's so funny. She didn't get canceled out of that. I mean, there's people like us going, "Oh my fucking God, this cannot be happening." And I only saw the clips. I don't go to her videos. I only see the clips, and I'm like, this cannot be. And yet, you can see the joy in her face. She was really enjoying talking about that. And yet,
that's fucking gross.
Absolutely, it's fucking gross. But you know what's we're the ones going, hey, shit, this is not right. But her subs were going, oh, tell us more. I think she caters to those people that get off of that shit. There's no other explanation.
And then I think it was an Instagram Live she was doing. She got up, she closed the door, and she's talking about what she saw on Facebook, this image of this from this film or whatever, where like this small person was being harmed, or whatever. And she's talking about it, and she's trying to cry, and she's pulling it off. For once.
I saw that. I remember that. She was trying to fake cry.
You can actually see tears forming, until her son starts yelling in the background from outside the bedroom because she had the door closed or whatever, and he's yelling. He's like screaming, like I don't even know. It's just you could tell he wasn't being harmed though. He was playing, but he was very loudly yelling and playing, and that's right there. Her face went from
switched.
I'm pulling off the tears to God damn it.
Yep.
She got mad,
yep.
And it's like, oh, okay then.
Yep.
And then she just kept on talking about this shit like it's no big deal. Her son, meanwhile, was going on, and I don't think I could talk about that with my child. Just reminding me that my child is right there.
Well, who watches it? If you see something like that, you immediately click away.
But her subs didn't. What does that tell you?
I was on YouTube the other day, okay, and there was a shooting in my state. Okay, it's no big fucking secret where I am, okay? I'm where Rabbit is, okay? So we are very much in tune as to what's going on. That's how I knew where she was, and it didn't take much. Okay, so we had a massive shooting here, and I was scrolling through it because of where I am and because of I guess, whatever, it showed up on my YouTube page. And it was from a bystander. And I've never seen anything like that. And I will never forget it. And it was,
Jesus.
I mean, and I scrolled away immediately, and I still will never forget what I saw. And I mean, and it's gone. Thank God it's gone. It should never been put out there. But I mean, I scroll away. You don't fucking stay on something long enough to fucking be able to describe it to people. You know what I mean?
Oh, I look. Look, we've all been on social media. Wrong. There's shit on Twitter that I just block and just try to get it on my,
That's immediately what I did.
Yeah, you see some shit. I mean, there's stuff I don't want on my timeline. It's just absolutely, because, it's fucking disgusting. It even stuff that's adult oriented, I don't even want on my timeline. I happen to show Twitter on streams and stuff like that. I don't want any of that, okay? I'm not saying I don't follow some of them. They're like Mercedes Carrera I followed because I interviewed her, right? So I followed her.
We're adults.
Yeah.
We can do what the fuck we want. But there's things that that's just fucking gross. So she's talking about something beyond not okay.
But she watched.
That's what I'm saying.
She admitted she watched, quote, for research purposes. Her words, for research.
There is nothing to fucking research about that.
Wait a minute, did she though? No, hey, let me. No, I'm not. Believe me, I'm not taking it for Katie. I'm not taking it for Katie.
Watched it.
I have not. I've never heard her say that. So if there is a clip or something, I would love it if someone could share with me. I haven't seen it.
From what I remember, she said she found it on the dark web.
Yeah, I remember she said she was researching for it or whatever on the dark web, but I don't remember her saying that she watched it. But
okay. Let's hypothetically again, because we go by facts here. My memory.
No, I remember she did.
I remember her saying. Wait, hang on. No. I remember her saying it too. But can we at least agree, even if that's not the case, she did absolutely. I do remember this. She said she did go on the dark web to look for it.
Yeah. No,
So even
absolutely.
that.
What the fuck?
Why would you go look for something if you weren't going to watch it? That's bad enough.
No, that's not how you research that CP. That's not how you research
I don't have to
You look up fucking papers. You look up articles. You don't go fucking watch it.
You can get a gist of something just by reading
a
too long didn't read or something about the police report or something. You don't need to go freaking. She did.
You don't go watch it. No.
She did, though. She went out looking for it. I swear to God, as my witness, she went to the dark web. These were her words. I cannot say 100% that she said she watched it, but why else would you go to the dark web to find it? That I know for a fact she said. I remember this.
I just don't understand what the point. What is there to research in that? I'm not understanding. What part? Are we looking at statistics? Because that's not going to be shown there. Are we looking at
she wanted to know the details.
Perpetrator identifiers?
No,
what the hell?
I hate to say it, but she's got some freaking mental things going on, which I think she gets off on. That's so gross. And you know what's okay, this is supposition. Sue me, Katie, for saying this. I don't care, but I don't think it's the sexual stuff she gets off on. I think it's the trauma. I think she likes seeing people hurt. I think she's a sadist. Simple as that. Simple as that. That is my opinion. You can't sue me for my opinion. I think she's a sadist. I think she gets off watching people suffer, and including,
I think more than that. I think though more than that, she likes, I think, describing the things that were done to these people, because I kind of wonder if she enjoys shaming them. Because of her mind.
Okay, but that's still harm. I mean, she's getting off on
that's a possibility.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I think that a lot of us women, we are kind of trauma vultures. We are very much into true crime. We're very much into the ID channel. It fascinates us because we don't understand how people act like that. Okay, I'm kind of like that about the whole Munchausen thing. Like, I will watch anything, I will read anything because I think it's fucking weird and I can't figure it out. And it's very prevalent in my industry.
Do you remember, the whole Gypsy the whole Gypsy Rose thing?
Oh God, yeah. She's up. I mean, that one should have been fucking called out from get go.
But here's a fun fact.
But it's normal.
But here's a fun fact.
It's kind of normal for us to kind of look at those things.
Katie was doing a story on Gypsy Rose, and I had actually talked to the mother, and I had talked to the ex-girlfriend, I think, back in the day when I was going to do something on the Gypsy Rose story with some people, and they wanted nothing to do with Katie. They oh my God, they were fighting back and forth.
Does.
Yeah, they got involved with Katie, and then they were like, nope, 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 nope. We want nothing to do with you. Yeah, for that same reason,
weird.
they thought that she was sensationalizing it and just yeah. It was that was some time ago, but there was something else I wanted.
It was all very fake. Yeah,
there was something else. Shoot, I don't remember. God damn it, I lost my train of thought. All right,
I'm sorry, I just saw a tweet that made me laugh.
Oh, I know what I was going to tell you. Yeah, you said that women enjoy like the trauma kind of stuff a little bit. Well, men do it, but in a different way. Like I happen to watch videos where like people that do some like crime get their instant justice and karma. Like somebody like I watched a video where like one guy walked into a convenience store with 4 cops and they all just like mag dumped in the guy.
Right.
I okay, I'm cool with that. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm not like when it comes to blood or anything like that. I'm like, yeah, that was instant justice. I like those kinds of things. I admit that because it's the bad guy getting the just desserts. These are all adults, obviously. So yeah, I understand that people want to see violence when it's appropriate. Somebody like, you mouth off to somebody, you start saying like the N-word to somebody and they just, knock the crap out of you. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I watch that kind of stuff all the time. It's just what we enjoy. But with Katie, listen to things that she does talk about that she seems to enjoy. That's not normal stuff. That's not the usual Schadenfreude or whatever you pronounce it in German. That's not the usual, karma. That's the sick as shit stuff that she and her audience seem to like listening to. So
she's just weird. She comes off from really weird. When I was reading through like Letitia's texts and things, and I was kind of, and then I hate watching her, but I catched a few clips of her just kind of to see what the hell happened, and I was like, how does anybody even take her seriously? Because she comes off fake. Anytime anybody like pushes back, she throws money at them. It's a pattern with her, and I don't understand how does anybody take her fucking seriously? I don't get it.
Aaron,
because it's weird. It's
Aaron,
strange. She doesn't have a good rapport with like people.
Aaron, how is it that people take her seriously?
Who, Katie?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think right now, what she has going for her is she does have a pretty big platform, and she has made a name for herself, not just in doing shitty things.
Off the trauma of other people, hint,
right,
me.
yeah, no doubt. But I mean, like, even it's just getting some information. Like, for some reason, people have been, since like the Amber tapes, the Amber Portwood tapes, So she has established some clout, some reputation.
That was
here.
trauma. She made it. Yeah, she made her name off that too.
But, right. I mean, I don't even fault her for that. The whole tragedy pimps thing, I think it's just like an exploitation of a bit of a trait in all of us, I think. Okay. And especially on YouTube, like you're not going to talk about shit unless it's going to grab people's attention. And oftentimes that is trauma or tragedy. Or
Talking
whatever,
about is fine. Making shit up is not. That's the difference.
Right. No. Yeah. No doubt. Yeah. You have to be accurate about it. It just, you do. But like, I think though that her doing that, and the coverage she's had, I don't think it's all been like skill or because she's good at her job. I think she's been very fucking lucky.
Absolutely.
For the most part.
Yeah.
And and I think that's why people trust her now. And that's the thing though. Like, I think that if her antics of the past were more known, were more prevalent, were more public, then I think that we would see more and more situations that we saw with like Preacher Boy. Okay. But if people don't know about things, then we're not going to see that. And that's the problem. I think she's somehow been doing a pretty good job at keeping people in the dark about her. And I think that the first big reason why that is she left Twitter. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I saw that. I just saw that today. Who told me that? Where did I just see that? Someone just told me that. Maybe a group or somewhere. So I did you tell me today? Okay, I think Oh, Jesus. Someone's talking to her, yeah. Somebody's telling her shit, and they're not telling her accurate information. Now, from what I gathered, I thought wrong stuff.
Oh, they could hear me on the outside. So let me repeat that from the outside real quick. So the outside, I was saying that I had sent a document to Elle of my main information on everything. That's like a compilation of stuff. And in there was a tweet from Katie Joy that said that, they want me murdered. And then a well-known troll that was in the community at the time, who was doing nothing but just disseminating BS information, had said, Steve's looking to enlist the help of a mentally unwell woman. And that was referring to Nat. That was how many years ago? And yet this is the same exact narrative that now Nonsense is doing? That is not a coincidence. Yeah. It's just not. So. Nope.
Yeah, that makes sense now. Everything that happened then is happening now.
100%. It's recycling. It's recycling content.
That is very much true.
And the fact that somebody's doing this, they know what they're doing.
And it's a bitch that always says everything is, what did she say? Wash, rinse, repeat? She's constantly saying that shit. But yeah, she's doing it.
100%.
I mean...
And this is why people are coming after her, though. This is why people that don't even like me, they're willing to lie, but they know that this is going to hurt her because they know that everybody knows this is a lie. So even they don't want her to run with this shit because it's not going to help her at all.
Well, I mean, I don't even know what the hell she's thinking. She has no content.
She's thinking that these people are telling her stuff and she just wants to run with it because I think she's mouthpiece for somebody or someone's. I think she's just the mouthpiece. That's it.
I agree because she's getting all this information all at the same time. Yes.
I think Nonsense?
Yes.
And who we're talking? Yeah. I think that I do think she's a mouthpiece for someone. I think it might be Dre still. My money's still on Dre, and I think that Katie's helping that for on Dre's behalf, or has been, anyways. I think it's largely because I think Katie might have gotten served with a cease and desist by Dre, and also because Katie probably saw, oh, look at this huge creator, this can bode well for me if I play ball, and I think that's why she flips the script and she's been playing ball ever since.
Okay, Aaron, what does this remind you of?
Wait.
Go ahead.
Do you think that Dre sent one to Becky too? Because nobody's been able to figure out where Becky flipped. Like she did like a whole, like the uni kind of flip in like a day. Where she had all kinds of shit on her Facebook, and I mean, some of it's still there, but she forgot where the fuck she left it because you can dig and find it. But it's bad. I mean, if it were written about me, I would have fucking done it. I would have been to a lawyer like fucking today.
Well, here's the thing. That's what I've been wondering too. I've been wondering if with a cease and desist, I wonder if there was also like maybe a letter, a warning or whatever to not delete your shit.
Preservation letter.
Yeah, so I'm wondering maybe that's why Nonsense has left all of that shit up, and Katie even left all of this shit up until not too long ago. So I'm wondering maybe she was given the okay to delete some shit or something. I don't know.
Who does this sound familiar with though? Remember when we had the NDA that Katie and I had? Who did Katie go to be her mouthpiece?
UNIRock.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without question. That she literally.
Those three have been in bed together since day fucking one.
Yes, and that's what I'm thinking. A lot of people don't remember that stuff. I don't think Nonsense knows anything about those details. She can't. Even if people told her, she has no primary information. She's only getting secondhand stuff and tertiary stuff.
Bullshit. I think Nonsense knows a hell of a lot more than people are giving her credit for.
I don't agree with that.
She's purposely acting like she don't.
I don't. You know what? I think she's. I don't. If that's the case, she's faking being stupid really well on that and feigning that she has such ignorance.
Well, this is the thing, though. She's not. She's not, though. She's not faking it very well.
Convince me that she knows more about this stuff than she's letting on.
Every so often, she slips and something gets let out, and it's just it shows that she's been paying attention.
All right. All right. So so let me ask you: Do you think do you think she knows that all three TROs were clearly vexatious? And dropped.
I don't think she really cares.
Okay, well, see, that's my point.
I think she, but something like that. Yeah, I think she probably figures that there's some truth to our claims or whatever, over here on this side, but she's just ignoring it,
Fair enough.
But that's interesting though. You gave me an idea for something.
Oh, I like your ideas. By the way, Peter Harrington just had back surgery, so well wishes to you, Peter. And for all you've done.
Oh, there was. Can I say something in here during your stream? I don't. Is she still here? Is she still here? Yes, she is still there. Okay. Hi, Autistic Show. Thank you so much. Yes, I did get the other package. My apologies. I was just so interested in sending you a picture of the doggy. But yes, I did. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Autistic Show is amazing. She has been one of the best mods for a lot of people.
Yep.
And by the way, we didn't have to we didn't even have to vet her or anything. UNIRock ran a script one time that I'm sure he probably got from Katie Joy. But do you remember when he was saying Steve requires all his mods to show him IDs?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that too. And all of a sudden, people are like, "Oh, really? Can you name a mod?"
I don't think that's fucking weird. Am I the only person who doesn't think that's weird? Because Beta, did I show you my ID?
I don't think it's weird.
I think I did.
Didn't
I send it to you?
No.
I don't care.
It was weird at the time. It was weird at the time.
I understand people now.
Well, I know Beta thought it was fucking crazy. Yeah, she thought it was pretty crazy when I was like, "No, hey, I trust you. I'm gonna tell you this, this, and this," and she was like, "Okay."
Nothing stuff you had, remember?
Nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying that. Look, I never have though. That was a complete lie by UNIRock, and people are like,
I think that was said pre-nap. So.
Pre-Nat days. Yeah, nowadays,
and that's why everybody's so careful now because of her.
Nat, it's because of Nat, Erica, and Dominique, aka Estella. Those three people have been very wary of.
Whoa. What about Dominique, Stella? I missed something there.
Oh, where have you been?
They're the same person. They're the same person.
Well, they are. Yeah, Dominique, the Living Kara, Dominique, and Estella H are all the same person. That's true. That's not even questionable. I've seen their account. I mean, I know their Twitter accounts. They're coming back around, or somebody is using their name, like Nat, the boogeyman. Because
Erica's there. Erica's there 100%. I've seen definitely tweets from people that I'm like, oh, that bitch, that's a bitch.
I think so too. But is Estella? Is somebody faking to be Estella? Is what I want to know. Because Estella, I don't get other people have had better interactions with her, but that was after which she did me dirty. But if she's not doing this, then I don't want to falsely accuse her of stuff. But we know Estella. Okay, so way back when I was talking to Mark Pellegrino, who came from the show Supernatural, the guy that plays Lucifer, we happened to like philosophy together. So we were having philosophy discussions back in the day. Estella was in his group, and Estella portrayed herself to be some kind of philosophical, mathematical genius. And we know how much Aaron loves this stuff. So I was like, go talk to Aaron. No, and so I was like, okay, Estella, you're clearly getting some basics wrong, and your math sucks because she got some math wrong. I won't go into the details; it doesn't matter. But Mark was like, hey, I've known Estella a long time. You can't be falsely accusing her and stuff. It's like, but dude, she's wrong. So I was in Mark's DMs for weeks, if not months, having conversations with him, explaining to him why this woman who claims to be a math wizard is a moron. She finally outed herself because she went against Mark and tried to take over his group, and they all kicked her out, and they all realized, oh yeah, Steve was right all this time. And now Mark tags me on anything that has to do with math or philosophy. But she had this hard on for me for years afterwards, because she thought that I exposed her for being dishonest, which I did. So she went over to the UNIRock camp and became UniFam and went over to his Discord. She then, got basically kicked to the curb by them. She left the Discord, and then they blocked her. And so she's been around this stuff for a very, very long time. So she got involved with Nat. And I don't know if she ever got involved with Erica. But she's been running this kind of game stuff the same way that Erica and Nat has been doing. Now, some people said, that's not her style. And maybe it's not. But I don't trust her. And her name keeps getting brought up. Somebody got sent a message claiming to be Estella H. I remember her full last name, but I'm not going to say it anyways. And they used her name that she used. And I'm like, okay, if this isn't Estella, who claimed to be a computer hacker, then somebody's dragging up some pretty old names. And I would like to know why, because if it's not the Living Cure, if it's not Dominique, she's been around. I've seen her around talking to the Holy Spackle. She can say whether it was her or not. She would come out right and say, it wasn't me, but she hasn't done that yet. Why?
And that's what I'm saying about the emails with UNIRock. He hasn't disavowed them. He hasn't, and that's what Queen Bee's argument was. Well, if it wasn't him, then why isn't he denying it with all he has that it wasn't him, or saying
yeah, but
a word about it?
he would deny it either way. But Estella, I don't think she even knows about him. That's why she's not denying it. I don't think Living Cure, if somebody's faking being Estella or Living Cure, she doesn't know about any of this stuff. Probably UNIRock knows about this stuff, but he'll lie anyway. So I don't know. But we are running a little bit long. Let me finish this video real quick, this for a few more minutes, and then we'll wrap it. Kind of.
I'm just
totally on you.
Oh, I'm enjoying this. This is great. I appreciate all you guys coming on the panel to talk about this. Let's discuss, because it really does prove that Nonsense is forming her own echo chamber, because my panel is open. She can come in, which she won't. None of you can come in. Any of the Hive can come in, absolutely. I don't fear any of them. The only people I don't talk to are the people that were trolls for like the last 5 years. But of course, they're not part of this, so I ain't got to worry about that.
But the rest of us can see it very clearly, and that's my opinion, and I stand firmly on that because I've watched you do it. Now, if you're not a part of that group that used those people, I don't know why you're taking offense to it.
What people are they? Who's using what? The only
I don't
people
know. You might have to play her a little bit longer. I don't know what she's saying right here.
Yeah, Ellie, I didn't want to use the last name, but yes, that's the message that she goes by. That's Estella. I mean, that's the name she used, but I don't know if that actually is Estella or somebody pretending to be her. I have no way to determine that. But there was an Estella, and she went by the name Dominic, and she went by the name of Living Kira, and somebody's resurrecting that name for a reason, if it's not her.
Because if you're not a part of the extreme antis, what I talk about doesn't even involve you. But this is just where it all goes. All of it goes.
The only person who used Natalie was Katie. That's it. The only person that used, I hate even saying her full name, I just call her Nat, and I do it with a G. The only person who used her was Katie Joy Paulson. I don't know how many times I can say that. She's the one that went on a panel on Kay Baxter's stream after talking to her in emails that we have copies of that are verified. She did not deny them. That said that I was sending death threats to Nat, and that she verified that it was my account that these, quote, supposed death threats came from. That was her story on Kay Baxter channel. Waxy then said that she's seen evidence that was going to come out and that would implicate me on sending death threats that never happened, that never came out. And so who was using Nat? Who was talking to Nat? Who was trying to say that Nat was getting death threats from me to use her, a mentally unwell woman? Oh, that would have been Katie Joy.
So,
anybody anything to add on that one? Or just everybody just knows that's...
Don't worry. That piece right there that you just said is absolutely going to be coming out.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think we need a refresher on some of that.
I'll leave that to you guys. Yeah, take it. Again, run with that. If anything that is truthful, I am like, go with God on it. And I know that you guys have the facts on that.
Well, we're going to go back into how we got here. How did we get here to begin with?
Yes, how
are we now sitting in the spot with a fucking lawsuit?
Oh, they're going to be talking about that shit.
On a freaking one liar to another. Like, how did we get here?
Because, well, real simple. UNIRock has been defaming and slandering people for, what, 5, 6, 7 years? Somewhere around those lines? That's how. And somebody, it caught up to them. There's not the first time people wanted to sue UNIRock, but they're like, well, what are we going to sue them for? Vape juice? You know?
No, I think she's referring to yesterday. She was saying that y'all inserted yourself into the Toddy lawsuit. I think that's what she's referring to.
Which is really weird because the only people that were inserting themselves with the Toddy Westbrook was Nat. Who of course Katie Joy was talking to.
Well, Jesus, I mean, all we did was talk about it. So if we inserted ourselves in that, well, then didn't she insert the fuck out of herself into the Toddy, her business partner there lawsuit?
Swanson.
Yeah, it's because she's the one who like broke the story on that, right?
Yeah.
Because someone sent it to her.
Yeah. Swanson, I think, sent it to her. But here's the funniest thing: my name is only mentioned one place in the Toddy Westbrook lawsuit with Katie Joy. Did you guys know that? It is mentioned one place. And do you know who is mentioned by? One of Katie's mods. Yeah. Do you remember the screenshot that she was, and I don't remember her name. You can give it. I just don't remember. But she said she was a part of a biker gang, and that she would send her biker friends. Lorianne, thank you, Lorianne. That was her name. Yes. I totally forgotten. Yeah, it was Lorianne that had a screenshot in the Toddy Westbrook case about me and how biker gangs. That's the only thing that I had to do with the Toddy Westbrook case, and it wasn't even me. So
she stated as fact too yesterday that you and Aaron were responsible for the emails.
What emails?
The thread emails or whatever.
The latest ones or the old ones? Because obviously neither one.
The old ones.
But we know that was Nat.
Well, she's insinuating that since you and Aaron were responsible for those, then you're probably responsible for these. That's what she's trying to insinuate.
Well, then she needs to put on her big girl pants, okay, and quit fucking insinuating shit and just come right out and say what it is on her mind.
That's what I was asking the other day. Yes.
I mean, otherwise, she's just playing little girl games. She can't fucking handle coming right out and saying something definitively. She wants to just put the idea out there, let everyone else do the work for her because she doesn't have the balls to do it.
100%.
Yep. All right, I'm done.
And that's exactly what I said the other day. I was like, look, if you have allegations, what the fuck are they? Tell me. I can't fix something that I don't know what the hell you're talking about. And if you have allegations, what's your evidence of those allegations? This is the same shit that Katie Joy did. Just threw the shit out there, expecting nobody to ask for evidence. Nobody cared. Take her word for it as a woman. But nonsense is doing the same thing. When I said, hey, what is it you think we've done? What is it? You're saying that she thinks that we fabricated emails. Okay, what is your evidence for that? We all know that it was Nat doing all that shit. Now, was it the behest of somebody? Yes, I think it probably was. And I damn well think it had to do with Katie Joy. But
now she's saying that Nat is part of the anti-KJs and that y'all are friends with her, and we're pretty much.
Yeah.
But
her,
Aaron's the only one that had communications with her, and even that was on a very minimal level.
We can't help who Nat emailed back then.
I never once responded to anything I ever got from Nat. I've shown them to people. I've never once responded to her. I've never had a communication with her. How is she wrapping my name up with Nat? I don't get that.
Well, she was just saying mainly Aaron because she's like, see the folder that she has listed as.
So
Nat.
I heard that. Yeah. Okay. Aaron's got a folder. And?
Yeah, I got lots of folders. Hey, I'm asking you a question here in private chat because I just noticed something. I'm just letting you know.
Let me take this off screen, so I don't want to show the parrot.
The reason why Aaron has a folder of Nat, maybe it's because he sent CP of Aaron's children to her. I would keep a folder on that bitch too, and so would nonsense if someone was doing that to her.
Oh no.
Nat.
Okay, I got you. No, they did that to themselves, Aaron, because they.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm just wondering. Okay. That's why I asked. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll just type it to you. Well, I'll just tell you, it's nobody. No, because they did it themselves. They just put a name out that wasn't actually the person's real name, just what they go by. But they just removed that because it would have the last name. Also.
Okay.
That's
all right. All right. Okay. Just wondering.
You're good.
All right.
You're
Cool.
good.
Thank you. I just wonder if I missed something. That's all because I never know.
No. No, you know what's so
you.
You know what's so funny is nobody's. Oh, I messed up my whole layout here. That's okay. I'll fix it in a second. Nobody's been having to time it. Nobody's been timed out. Nobody's been blocked. Now I'm not saying that they won't be. But
someone's been timed out.
Who? I didn't see it.
The person I asked you about.
No, they weren't. No, they removed that. They removed that themselves.
No, it says timed out right in the chat.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, my bad. Okay. Yeah, okay, well, that was maybe an accident. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry if somebody got timed out, but we'll move on. But
okay, okay, all right. Yeah, my bad.
Cool. Where are we on the video here? But nobody's been blocked. That's what's so funny. It's been open panel.
Right, yeah.
There's been so much talk about, can this happen? Can these people do this? Can they blah, 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 blah. So instead of just talking about it, I want to. You
want what?
Wonderless. I appreciate that. Hey, Floor. Hey, Wendy.
Oh, my God.
I was talking specifically about one of the extreme antis that has been bothering me, going on other channels, taking other panels. Like, his obsession is a little bothersome.
Okay.
Blah, blah, blah.
Wait.
Who's he?
I have to rewind this because
the anti-ladies.
Yeah. No, Ellie, you're not timed out. You're not timed out. All right. This part I haven't. I only watched or listened to the first couple minutes. So this is new to me. I want to hear this again. So hang on.
Oh, instead of just talking about it, I want to. Oh, Wonderlust. I appreciate that. Hey, Floor. Hey, Wendy.
All right, listen closely. I want to hear this.
I was talking specifically about one of the extreme antis that has been bothering me, going on other channels, taking other panels. Like,
who?
His obsession is a little bothersome.
Okay. This, I think she's talking about me. First of all, I go on a lot of panels. I'm allowed to go on panels. People go on panels. What is it bothersome? You're saying shit that's not true, and I'm telling people how to get the facts. Why does this bothering you? Nonsense. This has nothing to do with you personally, other than the fact that you're just lying.
Yeah, your lies are bothersome.
But I mean, how is this harassing you when you're talking about me and you're saying bullshit information? I'm really confused about your narrative here, because this narrative didn't work very well for UNIRock. You can see how and Katie Joy, people found out the truth.
Steve, you're going to learn the only weapon she has, the only defense she'll ever have is some bullshit about being harassed, some bullshit about her kids, or something like that.
Persecution narrative.
Only defense she has about anything.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not allowed to go on panels to talk about stuff that actually gives the actual fact. That's her argument? Aaron goes on panels. You
go on a panel that has nothing to do with her is apparently harassing her.
Yeah, I believe she's talking about you. The only other person I could think that it could be, but Nonsense hasn't said anything about this person. You know, I heard I read some people talking about him in Queen Bee's chat. But you know, Brandon, who'll come around and come up on panel. Yeah, he came up on my panel the other night, and the next day, like, people were talking shit about him in Queen Bee's chat. I don't even know where the hell that came from, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's that, because she.
Yeah, I don't think it's him either.
Because here's the thing, I went
person, so it's got to be you.
Yeah, I went on Crimes and Fashion, who is friends with Nonsense, and you know, Crimes and Fashion was just like, oh, I don't want to talk about this Nat person. I don't want to talk about that. I'm like, look, I respect what you don't want to talk about. Your panel, your channel. I would get that. But I let her know that, you know, Nonsense is lying through her ass off. And then I left, and then Nonsense pops right back, you know, right on the panel. Right. And she's just like, oh, yeah, he's just this, and this.
She had to wait till you left. She had to wait till I left.
Yeah, she's a coward. She's absolute coward.
God.
She had to wait.
Oh, my God.
The link was out there. She could have joined any time. I'm like, come on. It's okay.
See, that kills me. Had that been me, I would have only gone on while you were on, if that were me. You know, it's crazy.
Super coward.
I would have made her show her proof right there. Like, bring your ass on up here and show what you got.
Queen Bee's chat is vicious, but you know what? Queen Bee doesn't. I'm not going to hold her accountable for that. Queen Bee has been nothing but respectful. I try to give everybody the benefit of the doubt and treat them how they treat me, right? So if Queen Bee has a chat that's a little bit, you know, so be it, whatever. It has nothing to do with Queen Bee. But same thing with the Crimes and Fashion. They were bringing up some old shit. There was a few people in there that knew stuff that goes back to the early days of the Great Debate community. So I know there's been people feeding her shit for going back, I would say, to 2015 at the very least, 2014. I know, because they were mentioning things that were just so fucking long ago. So I know she's talking about me because I went on Crimes and Fashions panel. So let's see what else she has to say.
Especially because this has been going on for months, and I have been very open about it.
Wait, did she say months?
Steve hasn't even been in this stuff.
Months? Did she say months? I had one video about her a couple months ago, and then it wasn't until 3-4 days ago that I started maybe doing.
He began harassing you by sitting there lying on you and bringing up your name. Now that you're getting feedback from the person you lied on, that's harassment. When you're the one that began harassing him by lying on him. That's
the Katie Joy playbook.
About it all. Very honest about it all. Like, I want nothing to do with this group of people.
Then
and
don't.
It's going to stay that way.
Nobody wants you over here either. But if you're going to start saying shit that aren't true, myself, Aaron, Veda, and probably everybody listening are going to call you out on it. And they're going to say you're lying through your teeth. Because they know the facts that many of them have been around for a long time. Modern extremists, oh, dude, you should have him come on. You want to talk to somebody who's got a lot to say? Oh, talk to moderate extremists. He's got some stuff. Let me tell you. He can tell you all about UNIRock. Even Peter Harrington, he's been around for a very long time. He knows the history of this stuff. But do you think Nonsense is ever going to want to talk to any of them? Hell no. Hell no. I bet moderate extremists would jump at the chance too. You want to learn about UNIRock? Okay, he's not shy about that. He's no coward.
Don't bring it here. That's just not happening anymore.
But then why are you talking about us?
Let's be honest.
Why do you continue to talk about us?
Sorry. Finish my cigarette, then we're going to go ahead. So, I was looking at some things last night. Trying to understand for myself. What the hell? How did we get here? There's no reason we should have gotten to this point. Cash just talks. Okay. Oh, wonderful. Thank you so much.
I think we're about the end of the...
Yes, devious. It really is. And devious, by the way,
like I said, she starts talking about Uni's video.
She's been like this one's Facebook days, and nothing has changed there. Oh, shit. Hold on, y'all. Let me play you a song right quick because I got to run and grab.
Hang on. I'm just going to fast forward.
All right. Let's get in.
Yeah, she starts talking about UNIRock's video and stuff like that.
I'm suing you.
All right. So that's all I give a crap about. So anyways, yeah, there you go. I don't even know what to say about it. I mean, I don't really want to do much more about nonsense, but I know she's not going to stop. But all I can say is, look, if you guys really want to know the history, we have it, and nonsense is just full of crap. I mean, even to the point where you got old timers calling her out and Bobby the Cat going, you know what the hell you're talking about. And he doesn't like me. He has no reason to stand up for me, but even he knows we had nothing to do with Nat. But you guys got awfully quiet.
No, I'm just listening.
Okay. Well,
sorry.
No, it's cool. No, we're going to wrap it up anyways. I think I've said my piece. Anything else you guys want to add to it? Anything from the audience? Because my voice is getting shot. I'm a little frustrated. I mean, it's not anger. Somebody said, "Hey, Steve, you're getting triggered. You sound angered." I'm like, no, it's not anger. It's just that, you have these people running the same scripts over and over again. And as Veda pointed out, not enough people have pointed that out. Not enough people are saying, "Hey, nonsense is talking about enough. Enough's enough." Okay, enough is enough. Nonsense is you're just full of shit. I mean, I don't know what else to say about it.
Pick some different content. If you're sick of us, if we're non-factors,
go away. I don't. Yeah. If she never talks about us, that's fine.
Well, all I'm going to say is this gave me a couple of good ideas or two really good ideas for videos, and I got to say if Katie's whole intended goal or hope, or rather, for all of this was that people would be distracted and move on from talking about her, then she's gonna see she's wrong.
Good.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I look forward to watching your stuff, and I know Veda has some stuff coming out. So you guys haven't subscribed to them, go check out their channels. I'll put the link in the video description because I didn't.
Guys, I just had.
I promise I will.
I won't say it live.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about, but my putting shit together in my head, I think I could have an idea. I would suggest not. Yeah.
but
just take a minute, marinate with it for a minute, and then you decide. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say.
Marinate.
I decided after the first one that I can absolutely verify. Is UNIRock. I'm not saying nothing else about anything I get.
Okay. Yeah. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to talk to you about it or look over your stuff, so I just assume, and I trust you, so I trust your judgment. But I'm just so paranoid when it comes to being able to prove something like almost like 100%, and that's very hard to do, and I get that. So,
did any of y'all know who Sherry?
Never
mind, I don't want to say her whole name.
From that camp?
Is there a Sherry that's like around?
Yes, I think so.
Well, I don't know.
She was like a mod for LB.
Sherry S, I think, or something.
Sherry B. She used to be a mod for LB.
Oh, is that the one? Is that the one that Katie was saying reported her for codes or something on her deck?
I remember that.
Post number. Yes.
What about her?
There's somebody emailing me pretending to be her, but I was just wondering if y'all were getting emails.
Shocker. Look,
I'm not even going to talk about them, but they haven't left me alone. But that's all I'm saying. I'm not giving it any.
I was just wondering if you knew that person.
I know the name, but here, let's do this. If anybody gets any emails with anything that has to do with me, Aaron, or Veda, come to the source directly. All my emails that I have are easily detected to be mine. I mean, I literally use my name. I mean, it's just not hard to determine. And I will be happy to show you my emails and things of that nature. I can just ask me. If something sounds weird, because people do make fake accounts, and I've had numerous fake accounts. People made one the other day, not too long ago, on YouTube of one of my channels, the Non Sequitur Show. I had to go get off the platform because they were complete impersonation. They still do this. So if you hear something,
I got to show you something that's why they came out with that's why 6 months ago YouTube came out with the handles for that very reason, impersonation, which I guess some people don't know about, which is a good thing on my part. But yeah,
this used a different name. It was very similar, but they used the the non sequitur avatar, the whole 9 yards, and it was completely trying to leave comments as if they were non sequitur show, but it clearly wasn't because I do have the handle. But yeah, so the people are being imposters around. This is what I'm saying. Go to the primary sources. I have an open dialogue. You can come to me anytime on my email or Twitter DM or Facebook. I answer questions as quickly as I can. I do work a lot, so today I'm off and tomorrow, and so I'm probably going to stream tonight, and then tomorrow I'll do probably non sequitur. But if you got questions, come to us directly, because I guarantee whoever's doing these fake emails absolutely has ties to the people that are doing it before, if not even the same people. There's no question about it. Zero chance it's not. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys.
I had a good time.
Thank you.
I finally got to make it up to you. I finally got to come on panel.
Thank you. And I know you got some stuff going on, like I said, on your own channel. I know you're going to be doing, I think you're going to be talking about Katie's
You said you wanted to do a live once a week?
Yeah, well, yeah, I'd love to come on your channel and talk. Tomorrow, I'm probably free. Like I said, I'm off. If I do non sequitur, it'll be 5. I made a promise to Mr. Brass next Friday. Aaron knows who he is, so I'm going to be on his podcast next Friday. But yeah, if you want to stream tomorrow on your channel or something, I'm about to
go live after this, after I go get dinner. But tomorrow I can absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll listen in the background. That's how I usually put something on at like 1.5 speed at night. But anyways, thanks for watching, my guys. Peter Harrington, Curious Idea, Dash X, Blue Apple Pie, Autistic, and Megan, my mods. Appreciate it. If you guys want to also become members of the channel, get a nice green name, that's fine, and join. Autistic Shill's been promoting my Patreon, and I appreciate that. But most of all, share the video and comment on it.
How much is your Patreon?
Oh, it's next to it's dropped quite a bit. I didn't know
you had a Patreon. Okay.
Yeah, and I respect that it has, only because I don't put out the content the degree that I do before, but I'm trying to now. I'm putting out more now than I have been in a while, even though it is this kind of crap, and I get that. It's so funny because I have two groups of people. I have the people that love the philosophy and the science, and then I have the Aarons who just antithetical to that. They like this stuff, so I can't please everybody. But yeah, I am promoting my Patreon again, if I because it's dropped significantly since the last couple of years, but I expect that. There's been a lot going on the last couple of years, so it's not a big deal. But I would like to build my Patreon back up again and put out the content that I like putting out and entertain people and talk about whatever they want to talk about and get my opinions on things and do reviews and do some educational videos. So yeah, if you want to pick up Patreon, by all means, I appreciate it.
What do you talk about in there? Is it what do you talk about in there?
Smart stuff. It's so funny. I did actually have somebody from corporate level tell me that for the position I have, they actually said I was the smartest person in the company on the particular. It meant a lot to me because they had read my paper and they're like, "Holy crap!" I had to ask. He's like, I had to ask my wife for the meaning of these words. So I appreciate that. We would, when I say smart stuff, it's just like I would love to start doing the stuff with Red Reddick again. Debunking flat Earth. I would love to do the stuff talking about young Earth creationism. I would love to do the stuff talking about just topical news stuff. Because I talked about the whole Dylan thing with the Bud Light, and I like that kind of stuff. That's all. Bringing people from different sides of the fence. I would love to do man on the street stuff too. I asked on a vote if people would be interested if I did man on the street video stuff, and even though a lot of people said no, trolls too. But a significant amount of 200 people, 63% said yes. So I kind of like to do that too. And so if I got a Patreon going, I'd kind of be obligated to do that. I wouldn't have an excuse to go, I'm not going to go out today. I'd be like, I gotta do this for my Patreons, right? Because I have such little content for them, and I realize that. But anyways, if you don't want to be subscribing to me or Patreon to me, you also got Veda and you also got Aaron, and I'm quite happy with that as well. Okay, guys? So
have a good day, guys.
All right, good night, guys. See you later on. Go ahead to Veda's channel if you want to listen to her talk about this more or whatever she's going to be talking about. And here's my outro. Later.